above their heads. They're not getting rid of the filibuster. But some Democrats aren't taking that for an answer, and they feel like the pressure will continue to build, that as Republicans show that they're not willing to compromise on things like the January 6th Commission, which they blocked a few weeks ago, and on election reform, which they're expected to block today, then maybe they change their minds. Otherwise, Democrats hope it's used as a rallying cry for them in the 2022 midterms, where their majority is at stake.
President Biden trying to work out a bipartisan bill on infrastructure. The HHS Inspector General has found that deaths among Medicare patients in nursing homes soared by 32% last year. The president of the Philippines is threatening to arrest Filipinos who refuse to get the COVID vaccine. This is ABC News. Hopeful home buyers losing hope as they see the rising prices and lack of options. National Association of Realtors says sales of previously owned homes fell 1% in May. Israel is trying something new to shoot down incoming missiles.
Israel taking its missile defense systems to the skies in a new test. The Israeli army says a high-power laser mounted on a civilian plane successfully shot down several drones more than a half a mile away over the Mediterranean Sea. The head of military research, Brigadier General Yaniv Rotem, calling it, quote, groundbreaking to intercept and destroy threats from the air. Israel aiming to develop powerful lasers that can destroy targets as far as 6 miles away, what would complement its 3-tier anti-ballistic missile defense systems. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
And a bison leaving a hiker badly hurt in Yellowstone National Park. Not clear yet exactly what happened, but she had to be airlifted to Idaho Falls. Andrea Fujii, ABC News.
Microban 24 protects against Staphylococcus aureus and Enterobacter aerogenes bacteria, but does not provide 24-hour protection against viruses. Every time you touch a surface, you leave behind bacteria. Use Microban 24 sanitizing spray to keep surfaces sanitized all day. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99.9% of bacteria and viruses initially, including the virus that causes COVID-19. Microban 24 keeps killing bacteria for 24 hours, touch after touch. When used as directed, Microban 24, touch after touch, it doesn't give up.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now, we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
We now know more about the police officer killed in a shootout yesterday in Arvada.
He's identified as 19-year Department veteran Gordon Beasley. He was a school resource officer who was working patrol while school was out for summer. Arvada Mayor Mark Williams says Beasley had been named Employee of the Year because he always went beyond the call and was always there for people. Williams also called him the epitome of what you would want in an officer. For those wishing to make a donation in the officer's memory, the only official donation site is the Colorado Fallen Heroes Foundation.
Reporter Chad Hoffman. Details of the shooting remain limited. Investigators say it followed a call about suspicious activity. A person described as a Samaritan was also killed along with the suspected shooter. The Delta variant now accounts for about 40% of new COVID cases in Colorado. State officials believe there's an increase in prevalence because the strain is more transmissible. Despite that, the COVID-19 case rate is steadily declining across Colorado. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, sounds like it's a bad accident on eastbound I-76 near Pecos. So do expect delay there. Various lanes may be blocked with that. Now, the good news is that I-25 traffic really moving along quite well overall. Just some minor slowing southbound as you work your way through the downtown stretch. I-70 looks good between Arvada and Aurora, either direction. Denver weather, we are back into the 90s today with mostly sunny skies, dry, and a high of 95. And then for tomorrow, look for a few clouds and a high of 99. Currently at 72. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Now is the time to get a new job. Express Employment Professionals never charges job seekers a fee and has more than 35,000 job openings with high demand in construction, driving, logistics, and administrative jobs. Find a location near you at expresspros.com or on the Express Jobs app.
With all the recent huge changes in our economy, this is a really important time to pay attention to your spending and your savings. don't waste money, and very importantly, don't turn your head on ways that you could save. For example, a mortgage refinance. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing, reminding you that a mortgage refinance is more than just a lower interest rate. It's also an effective way to eliminate high-interest debt. You're able to pull out cash from your home equity so you can pay off credit card balances, personal loans, whatever you need. You'll typically receive not only a much lower rate, but also reduce the number of monthly payments that you need to focus on. And you know what else? When you choose American Financing, there are never any upfront or hidden fees, never any pressure, no obligation. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call, 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
You don't pay a cent until you're content. Only with ExcelRoofing.com.
Weekdays 2 to 4. The Situation with Michael Brown.
Hey everybody, Michael Brown here. So I'm on vacation this week, but filling in for me, and I don't know if he's doing a good job or not, is John Caldera. Enjoy, John.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to the show. This is it. Anyway, welcome to the show, folks. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, and to make your life a little easier. And this hour is brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. My God, I finally got this code that works. I'm so sorry I gave a code out to a few people that did not work. For pet products, this is until July 4th. I finally have it. It is all caps. It is Pet Love 40, all caps. That's the promo code. And you get 40% off. That's damn near a half. 40% off all pet products. Okay? And that's CBD. They have pet products. And by the way, yes, we used it on our horse. Well, not my horse, but kind of my adopted horse, my sister-in-law's horse. And it works. It works for pain, inflammation, anxiety. It's great for pets, horses, dogs. 40% off Pet Love, all caps, Pet Love 40. All right? If you use Tom in the promo code, that'll get you 30% off regular products. So that's RealCBDThatWorks.com. We're going to go right to the phones, and because we have an attorney. Then I'll introduce everything you want to know about solar, because you know why? If you think solar's dead, you're wrong. Solar is more alive than ever. The problem is getting a company that knows what the hell they're doing that sticks around. And we have one of those. Kenneth. This sounded a little weird to me, so I wanted to get my expert on, not just for you, but in general. What do you do when you have a workers' comp problem and you don't agree with it? Did you jump the gun maybe or not? But I want to talk about two things, your problem and then universally, what do you do? So we have with us, of course, Cliff Enton, I'm going to bring up in a minute. And you're going to tell me about your problem, and I want to do that. So, Kenneth, first your problem, and while you're talking, this is Cliff Enton, attorney at law. He does personal injury and he does workers' comp, a good deal of workers' comp. And Kenneth, explain what happened, sir.
Okay, I was injured on the job in 2012, and I had knee surgery.
Did you? Yeah, this was in 2012. That was the original injury, and it was a workers' comp back then, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and that was in 2012. Now let's speed up to July 2020. What happened?
I injured the same knee, and I went immediately to my boss. He filled out the paperwork.
You were lifting at the time, right?
Yes, I was carrying some.
Now, I should mention the last injury you had 9 years ago, or almost 9 years, 8 years ago, that was torn meniscus. So that's not really with the joint. It's a little piece of meniscus. Nowadays, they don't even really do much with them. But here's the deal. The new injury, what was that?
That was the doctor said that the joint was so worn that he had to. I mean, after they took the first surgery, they took out so much cartilage. There was barely anything left between,
Well, in the
between
first
the joints.
surgery, they don't take out cartilage when they fix a meniscus. I don't want to get into that right now. What I want to get into, what did they say was wrong with your knee in July 2020?
The doctor said that it had to be replaced because it had worn so much in one spot.
It was bone on bone, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what did they do? Did they replace your knee?
They replaced it and had to take it out and put another one in.
Right.
It was, yes.
Okay. So you went to your supervisor right when it happened and said, hey, man, I blew out my knee. I was picking something up. And
that's correct.
Then they sent you to a doctor.
That's correct.
And the doctor gave you an immediate diagnosis and said, this is not work-related.
That's what he said.
Okay. You chose
he asked
to
me
go.
what I was doing at the time.
And what?
And I told him I was carrying. I was carrying some plants, trays of plants, and I stepped off the lift gate.
Right.
And he says, "You're just walking. We can't say that's work-related." That's what he said.
All right. Now, Cliff, I have a whole bunch of questions, but Cliff Enton, first and foremost, I want to ask you something. What if a joint, shoulder, elbow, wrist, knee, let's say you're older and it wears out? I mean, joints wear out. But the work-related incident is the thing that tipped you over the edge. Can they say to you, hey, work didn't have much to do with this? And I'm not saying that's Kenneth's problem, but I'm just asking in general. Cliff, if it's a worn-out thing, can they say it's not work-related because it's worn out?
Well, under the law, and these are real points of contention, and there's nothing that work comp carriers like paying for less than joint replacements. They absolutely hate it, and especially knees, they will tend to fight tooth and nail. And their argument, as they're probably making here, is, well, you're older, it's arthritic, you would have needed a knee replacement anyway.
Right.
What we argue is that they are responsible for aggravation, exacerbation, or specifically to the knees, we say there's an acceleration in the need and the timing of it. In other words, if your doctor has told you you're going to need, you've messed up your knee, you're going to need a knee replacement in 10 years, 15 years probably. You're too young for it now. You're 50, you're 60, you're too young. Wait. And you have something happen at work, you trip, you knock into something, you fall, and now instead of needing a knee replacement in 10 years, you need it in 10 weeks. They're responsible for it, but they will fight it tooth and nail, believe me.
All right, now, I want to ask this. Kenneth went ahead and went to his own doctor. Now, I don't want to get in, I want to get into two different pathways. The first pathway he took was to get it done on his own. And now he comes and says, what can I do about it? So that pathway, let's examine that first. If you go ahead and just have it done, is it even possible to go back now?
It's way more difficult because obviously you didn't go with they have a right to pick the physician. Now, where they said, hey, we're not paying for it, it's not related, yes, you can get it, you can get the surgery done. And if it's later determined to be work-related, the comp carrier would probably have to pay back the private insurance company or Medicare.
But how do you go back? How do you go back?
Well, you'd have to file, I'd need to really see where this was procedurally. Like, was this the same knee injury he had 12 years ago? Was there a final admission filed on that? Did he settle the case? But you could file an application for hearing trying to show that their denial of the knee surgery was unreasonable. And if you won that, and the judge were to say, yes, you needed the knee replacement because of what happened at work, then ostensibly you could get that paid for or get the insurance company paid back. But really, it doesn't do him a lot of good because that's just basically the insurance company getting the money. He's not going to get the money for the knee surgery. It's been paid by the insurance company.
Kenneth, did you lose any wages? Did you lose any wages?
Not many. I didn't lose a lot because my company did have long-term
Okay, so Kenneth, what are you looking for then? If, let's just say, you could get reimbursed. It's your insurance company getting reimbursed. Well, how would that help you?
Well, I spent a few $1,000s out of pocket.
Okay. Next
With
question.
co-pays and
Okay, I get it. I get it. Cliff,
that.
I have a next question, though. What should he have done?
Should have gotten an attorney right away, probably.
What would you have done? What would you have done? No, really, because this is the crux of the matter. My doctor says I need it.
We would have made the legal arguments to them that, hey, the need for the knee replacement, he was doing fine. He was able to work. Yes, he has arthritis. Everybody has arthritis. And let me ask you, how old are you?
I'm 56.
Okay. So 56, you're going to have some arthritis. 56, you're going to have a degenerative, some disc disease.
Right.
Those don't necessarily disqualify you, or nobody would get comp on those.
Okay.
You just so I would have said, hey, let's fight this. Let's argue with them. Let's go, go to a hearing, or maybe have tried to settle the case and gotten some money because they know they have the exposure to pay for the medical care. Sometimes you can come ahead and say, hey, this knee replacement is going to cost $80,000, and the client has insurance, so you can settle with the comp carrier, get some of the value for those medicals, and then go to the insurance after.
All right, so bottom line is this. Bottom line is this. This is what I want to know then. For people who are going through this right now, if you are injured, the very first thing to do is to report it. The very second thing to do is make sure they assign you a doctor. If they do not assign you a doctor, and how long, what do you have a right to do?
If they don't, you have a right to pick your own doctor.
Now, how long do you have? For example, you report the injury, and they don't say go to such and such. When is there a certain amount of time you can give them? Do they have 3 days? Do they have 5 days? When do they pick a doctor?
Well, all employers are supposed to have a list of authorized treating physicians that you are allowed to see. But if when you're injured, they're refusing to provide you any medical care, then you have a right to go to pick your own doctor immediately. But what happens a lot of times, even on a denied case, even on a case that's under investigation, they don't want that to happen. They don't want you to pick your own doctor, so they will send you to their doctors right away, even though it's a contested case, and give you some very minimal care. That way they preserve that issue.
But by the way, contact Cliff, even if you don't intend to go all the way, just to find out if you have a case, because the bottom line is this. They will often say it's not work-related. And that's what your job is, right, Cliff? To make the connection. That's your job.
Half of our cases are like that.
Cliff Enton, attorney at law, Enton Law, on our referral list, referrallist.com, 303-333-2222. Get your calls in, 303-713-TALK.
For quality work and competitive upfront pricing, call Prime Plumbing and Heating. Licensed and insured, Prime can handle any job from water heaters and sewer repair to boiler problems. There, 24/7 service available. Become high-pressure sales pitches. Just get affordable service with discounts for seniors, veterans, and first responders. Call Prime Plumbing and Heating at 720-542-8153. Mention this ad for special discounts. That's 720-542-8153.
Renew Home Innovations. You've heard me talk about Nick and his crew for beautiful bathrooms. Here's where they shine. They do the wet space. They do that shower area with a custom American standard. No maintenance. They can start your shower the very next day, and it's called Renew for a reason. It renews your bathroom. And they can do these big, beautiful, custom rectangle showers. Renew Home Innovations, by the way, great for people with disabilities, a zero-threshold shower, and 303-904-2000, special pricing for those who are elderly and for veterans, 303-904-2000. Let's also talk about investing. All right. There is no secret to investing. You put money in and it grows. You can guarantee growth in some funds like Become the Banker. It's a guaranteed 4%. Plus there's a 1% dividend for 5% return. That grows tax-free. It can also be used tax-free There is a way to do it, and it's a non-qualified plan, which means you can get into it whenever you want, for as much as you want, or as little as you want. BecomeTheBanker.org for more information. To find out about more retirement options, like a guaranteed pension, you can go to mymoneymyway.com. You notice I just gave out a couple of websites, right? I also gave out a website for renewhomeinnovations.com. I give out websites for GenesisSolarCO.com, all of my referral list members. And do you know what their websites do for them? If they create leads, they create sales. But what if your website isn't working? The way to get the most out of your website is go to this company, GetFoundFast.com. We use them at Referral List. And they help us. They can help you. They can help you with search engines. They can help you with your whole site. A free analysis. GetFoundFast.com.
Yeah, I was laughing yesterday because this morning, real CBD works.
Oh my God, we had so many wrong
variations of it.
Capital P, capital L. Then he says, no, it's just Pet 40. Then somebody says, no, it's Pet Love. It was the worst. Finally, I get all caps. I think this will work. We'll see. The guy for the vice president wrote to me.
This was CBD for your animals?
Yeah.
Well, it's for you too if you want it. I mean, there's other products. They have really good products. I use it.
Got a gold, right?
Yeah, they're good people, man. If you ever have aches and pains and shit, it just astounds me how good it is.
Are you doing tabs or?
I do the chewables. This is the chewable tab, or you suck them under your tongue, and it's really good, man. There's no THC. I don't even know how. I don't know how they work.
Are you done with Kenneth? The workers' comp guy?
Yeah, there's really nothing we can do about it. We just wanted to know.
I don't Cliff hung up.
Well, actually, he could go to Cliff for a review.
Right. But just tell him that. Or
yeah, he can.
Okay. Sounds good. Mark, I got a question for solar for you. You get a chance there. It's not so. You know they get that tax rate, right?
26% tax rebate.
Okay. This couple here bought it, not from you guys, from another company, and they told about the tax rate. They don't make enough.
Right. So it can spread out over several years.
They'll never make enough.
Okay, but then they don't. Yeah.
But there is a way that because I looked it up, you can sell that tax credit. Do you know anybody who buys it?
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, no, you can look it up and it says there, and I can't give you that. Huh? I think I've heard it. It's your money, dude.
What are you talking about?
You're supposed to be able to, I looked it up, you sell your tax credit for your solar.
Now, I never heard of such a thing.
I know, but you can look it up. Neither did I.
You can actually sell it to who?
I don't know.
Like I don't buy a tax credit.
Maybe to your kids or something.
Well, first of all, I don't want to talk about that with him because
no. I just wanted to ask him that.
I would love to find someone.
Right. Yep. No. And so a guy that called up and he's helped us before said that he used to be in solar 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I said, well, is there anybody that you know? He says, no, I've been out of business. I don't know. So. But this couple really needs it. I mean, they got screwed on their solar.
And you can pay for it with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, what's Bitcoin today? I was thinking about buying.
Dropping yesterday.
Well, see, I'm trying to time the bottom.
if we all could do that, right?
Well, or should I bother? Listen, man, it was up to 60. Right. If I could just take another ride like that, will it go back up right now?
Let's see.
Bitcoin today, 32. Should I buy right now?
Bargain basement.
No, seriously. What do you think, Mark? What are you in? What's your average?
I mean, I don't have any Bitcoin. I've not done any cryptocurrency at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, I mean, I was watching the Dogecoin, and it's down to 20 cents now. The Doge.
The doggy, I call it.
I sit there and kick myself in the butt for not buying more AMC.
Yeah, but that's never going to sustain. What is it now?
So it was in the 50s yesterday.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. All right, I have a lot going on today, and we have Genesis Solar with us, and Genesis Solar, Mark Szymanski, and he has Genesis Total Exterior. So, he's a guy I know and trust for years and years and years. And the thing I love about his solar company is the 25-year warranty. Now, these are major components, I imagine. The 25 years, right?
Yes.
So,
for the panels and your inverter and such. Yes.
And what do you mean by a performance guarantee? How do you do that?
So what happens is, when we put a program together, if those numbers are not met, if you're not making that energy, you get a check.
It's that easy. Do you wait?
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean?
It's done yearly.
It's done yearly. So wait. So you project how much they will save or how much they will make in energy.
Correct.
And if they don't make it, they get a rebate.
They get a rebate.
And then they buy the system as well, right?
That's correct. This is a purchase, and you can purchase outright, or you can put it in our loan program, which is as low as 1.99% interest.
But there's no money out of pocket ever.
No, not if you want to. No, you don't have to. If you do the loan program, then you're paying for it, but it replaces your utility bill. So it's a swap. And again, what's your utility bill today? What's it going to be in 10 years from now? It's going to be in 20 years from now. It's going to be
okay. So this. Basically, you make a monthly payment. Presumably, right away, is the monthly payment cheaper than what you're paying in energy right now today?
Yes, many times it is.
Okay. Plus, as rates go up, of course, it stays the same.
Yeah, Excel's talking 3 to 5% this year.
So when you leave your home, you can either sell it with the house.
Correct.
Or take it with you. I mean, most people sell
what
it.
most people do is it stays on the house.
Of course,
and it's a negotiation at that point. Are they going to take over your loan, or are they going to?
Or you just include it in the price.
In the price of the house and your mortgage.
All right, Carla, what's going on with you? And by the way, if anyone has any questions whatsoever on solar systems, we finally, as I said, live and local, we have a contact. We now have good people that do solar, that we know and trust, and they can answer questions. And Carla, what's going on with your dog?
Hi. I made an appointment in April to get my dog spayed at a place called Spay Today Healthy Pet Center.
Spay Today, okay.
They took my deposit out of my account. They made the appointment for me June 17th. They sent a confirmation email. They sent a confirmation on a voicemail. I go to take my dog to the appointment. There's no appointment made for me.
Well, when you say there's no appointment, are they at least there? Is it a legit place?
It's a legit place, yes.
Okay. And did they just make a mistake? Did you do this online or on the phone?
Pardon?
Did you do this online or on the phone?
The appointment was made online.
Okay.
And I spoke with them several times on the phone.
After you made the appointment, you spoke to them?
Yes.
Okay. And they said you had an appointment until you didn't. When you went there.
Correct.
All right. So how about
this? They even sent emails and voicemails to confirm it. And when I tried telling them that, they actually told me to shut my mouth.
What?
And
Shut your mouth?
An inconvenience.
Wait, hold on a second. They told you to shut your mouth?
Yes, shall.
Now, hold on. Okay, are they willing to reschedule?
No. I just tried calling today. The minute the lady heard my name, she hung up on me.
Okay, fine. Take your deposit and go somewhere else.
They won't give it back.
Oh, come on.
They said they gave it back in May. It still is not in my checking account.
Gave it back in May? When did you make this appointment?
April.
And they said they refunded how much of a deposit?
$150.
And you're positive it was never sent back?
I'm positive. That's why I'm calling you guys. I tried for a week to take care of this myself, but they will not even communicate with me now.
Why do they dislike you so much? Why is there so much bad blood?
They said there was never an appointment made. They made a huge mistake on their part.
Okay, fine. But if there was a mistake, why are they angry with you?
It's not just me. They have tons of reviews on their line that this is how they treat people.
Okay, what's the name of the place again?
Spay Today Healthy Pet Center.
Spay Today Healthy Pet Center. Okay, yeah. I got to look it up. let's have Deputy Dollar give them a call. I mean, this seems to be pretty simple. And if they did give you credit and it should have gone through. I mean, there's no excuse. And
what they're trying to tell me when the appointment came up, Tom, is that there was never an appointment made. I had to make a mistake and be calling somebody else. I have confirmation there was appointments made.
Hold on. So they said there was never an appointment made.
Yes.
Are they
yes.
Okay? Are they taking responsibility for that?
No, they are not. That's why I'm having such a problem. They're still blaming me. They're not giving me my deposit, and they're still not making this right.
Well, the only thing to make it right is to give your money back. I don't care about whether
Correct.
Yeah, but even if you made a mistake, let's just say so what? They still took your money. So it doesn't matter. Either way, they should not be enriched by $150. Hold on, and we'll come right back with this and more. This is ridiculous.
This is
Did she say how she paid for that? Did she use like a debit card?
She said
credit
that
card or something?
they took it out of her account. So
yeah, so maybe just an
it
ACH.
might be an ACH, but
yeah.
So if she goes into that ACH.
Yeah, something's crossed there.
So you gonna buy it? You gonna buy your crypto?
What's that?
You gonna buy crypto?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Blizzard is here. The Girl Scout cookies you love meet cool mint and world famous soft serve, blended together in this chocolatey minty masterpiece. Grab it today. Only at your EQ. Happy tastes good.
Blake Harris Law. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have an estate plan. Blake Harris is the guy I trust and his firm of professionals. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That is such a simple number to remember. Tell people about it because he doesn't charge for his answers. He's even on TikTok. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Seriously, getting a big following because of his important information. He also did a centerfold article in my consumer magazine, 303consumer.com. If you go there, you can download your digital copy and find out the 10 most common mistakes in estate planning, 303consumer.com. Now, remember, Blake Harris can do a simple will. He can do a beneficiary deed. He can do a payable on death certificate for a bank account or an entire comprehensive plan, as little or as much as you need. The important thing is you do need an estate plan. Don't try to do it yourself. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Floor coverings are not magic, okay? You either got carpeting, wood, or vinyl, or some kind of laminate or engineered floor. You need good people. The floor coverings, they're made by the major mills. Everyone carries them. What you're really looking for is a great representative who will sell them to you at the best prices and give you the best installation. And I can tell you from personal experience, that company is simplyfloorsinc.com. INC, simplyfloorsinc.com.
You fly your helicopter, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a co-pilot or something?
No. I have friends that fly with me that have licenses
Just for fun.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's a great hobby. I love it. Nothing serious, just I would like to, I'd like to fly more. Lately, I've been just very tied up. It's like, I don't know, it seems like as you get older, time gets more premium.
Really, it's like things happen. Like, I don't know, man. How much you jam into a day? Did you ever notice that? Seems like you can't jam as much into a day as you used to.
Yeah, I'm getting tired too. So, yeah. We're getting older, unfortunately. You're 64?
7.
Yeah, because we're 10 years apart, that's right.
You're 77.
Right.
So, the pandemic, did it do anything to you as far as the frequency and close and leads and anything?
It slowed, and then people let's start remodeling.
But it didn't scare you, right? It didn't get to a point where you thought,
no, never.
Okay.
No, and we had so much stuff already in the works.
Good.
A lot of people got really mad at us though because it's taking longer to get stuff. I mean,
and then expensive, right?
But now it didn't get expensive just the last 2 months. But it's got.
Did you have to adjust prices you already made?
Well,
you would have to.
I mean, some of it yes, some of it no.
People need to put something on their contract.
Everything's on there now. It's like it's the pricing of today, and we have no. If there's 10% increase, then we'll be readdressing our estimate. So
I mean, there's got to be something to address that for people.
I mean, it's just, and but lumber futures went down on Tuesday last week, a week ago. So the July options were called, and they dropped big time. So that's still going to take about 2 months for us to see that reduction. So,
hey, Tim hasn't been around because I tried to get him to load those things. Because do you realize every single day those people monitor? They're the most dogged ones. The Beetle stuff, man. That's the worst one of all of them. Apparently, if it was a parody, like my thing, they allow a little more on parodies, fair use.
Denver's talk station, online at khout.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. I love these guys. They are there when you need them 24/7 for things that are like broken springs or broken openers. You can't get your door open. By the way, if you need just an inspection, they do an $80 comprehensive inspection if you're moving into a home. I use them all the time. They do doors, they do openers, they do service. All of their prices on their website you can depend on. Here's the website, oneclearchoicedoors.com. You have my word on it. These are great garage door people. oneclearchoicedoors.com. All right, when you need dependable people, I know you ask your friends, you ask your neighbors, you go to Nextdoor, you go here, you go there. You should go to referralist.com or call us on the show. We'd love to talk about it. And we have Laverne who wants to talk about a dental complaint. But on this, also on this spay and neuter clinic, can't wait to find out about that. That sounds almost impossible. They would be so rude. Apparently, they do have a bunch of bad reviews. I don't know why, but they do. Laverne, welcome. What's going on?
Oh, hi. I went to Alpine Dental because I wanted to get my front teeth fixed. They had been worn real bad and everything. So,
well, okay. What did you have done at Alpine Dental?
I had my 4 front teeth. It was supposed to be porcelain. And then I have a partial that was supposed to be fixed.
Okay. And what's the problem?
I paid them $4,000 to get this work done. And when I got my partial done, first of all, all the wires and everything on it were so bad that it was cutting my tongue. Anyway, that part they never ever fixed. But the front part, my front teeth, they were supposed to put porcelain, and I went to a different doctor.
You mean like veneers or caps?
Yeah, veneers.
Okay, so you were having 2 veneers, a partial.
No, 4.
Huh?
4 veneers.
4 veneers, and then what was this partial?
It was an old partial that I had, but they were supposed to replace the teeth on it and fix the wires on it.
Okay.
You know, that hold the
I get it.
to my other
Now,
teeth.
how are the veneers, though?
They're bad.
So
really
you have
bad.
you don't like anything they did? Nothing?
Well, not really. I mean, at first, you know, it looked all right, and then when I really got to look at it, my teeth, they were really uneven. You know, they weren't real smooth on the front.
All right.
And my friends kept telling me, "Gee, you paid $4,000."
Well, hold on. Usually when they're not smooth like that, that's the temp they put on, the bonding. Are you sure you got your permanent? Did they first put on a temporary one while the lab made the permanent?
No.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
What they did was they just put it right on my teeth like you would put nails on your
No, that's called bonding. That's usually the temporary solution. Wait a minute. Are you serious that they bonded your teeth and sent you on your way? They never did a mold for a permanent veneer?
No.
Really? Are you? I'm not aware of a permanent bonding like that.
No, they just put on this stuff on my teeth, and they said that it would be, you know, would last me 7 years.
Oh,
but
they put on they just bonded it basically. You didn't get any veneers.
Yeah. No, They the other dentist said that it was just a compost. It wasn't the porcelain veneers.
No, of course it's not. It's composite is what he meant. Not compost, but I think you taste that.
That's what I meant.
Listen, how much did you spend with Alpine?
$4,000.
So, what do they say they're going to do for you?
They said that they were going to charge me another $1,000 so that they can fix them. It's just the last time I've gone over there 4 times, and in those 4 times they've tried to fix my teeth, but it never comes out.
All right.
You know,
listen, what about the partial? Did they use your old partial or make a new one?
No, they used the old metal part. They just put new teeth in it.
They probably bonded teeth on that too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
you need to complain. You need to complain to the dental board. I'm serious. You need to complain to the dental board.
I know. I tried to do that, but
what do you mean you tried? It's easy.
So many complaints, and they just brushed me off.
Who brushed you off?
That dental place.
No, they don't.
Gave me a number.
The dental board doesn't brush you off, okay? No, you can put in a complaint. You can put in a written complaint of substandard work and care and all of that, and they will listen to you. I don't know what you mean by that, but if you take your time to go and do what they say, it does cause a headache for dentists. I'm not saying we won't help you, but I'm saying that's one thing you definitely have to do. Now, this is Alpine Dental, and where is Alpine Dental? Where is it?
It's right on the corner of Wadsworth and Morrison Road.
And how did you find out about it?
I seen an ad on TV, and I called, the number, and they referred me to that one because there's, I think, 2 or 3 different.
Who did you work with there?
Dr. Becerra.
Becerra?
Yeah, Becerra. Yeah, Becerra.
Okay, Becerra. Thank you. And
yeah, and he said that I had paid for the porcelain veneers, but apparently
no, you didn't. A porcelain veneer minimum is going to be $1,400 for one. So I don't know how the hell you would have gotten 4 plus they fix your partial for $4,000. You didn't pay for porcelain.
Well, my partial they only charged me $400 for.
Okay, listen. Maybe they're trying to help you with a cheap option. Maybe they're just trying to help you with this bonding. Do you have any pics that you took? I'd like to see what they look like. Hey, Deputy Dano, let's give this to Deputy Doc. to call over. I don't know what they do, but they're basically that she's complaining about substandard work. Okay,
I'll give it Doc.
Let's give it to Deputy Doc. 303-713-TALK. By the way, I don't need to do the follow until after, but did they answer? Did you talk to anyone on that problem? On the other problem I gave you on the spay today, healthy pet? Oh, you called to, okay. So we're going to call on that. Plus, we have Genesis SolarCO.com we're going to come back to with some email questions I have right after this. 303-713-TALK.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky in the morning, Dan Caplis in the afternoon.
To there. And when I Google spay today, first I thought there could have been like 2 different businesses with a very similar name, but all the websites went back.
They're terrible.
To the main one.
Well, actually, they have 6 stars out of 5. I mean, where are the bad ratings? I don't see the bad ratings.
I didn't see any bad ratings.
Oh, wait. I see this one, and this could be the one that just called. No, not that one. That was one. Everything else, there's only one bad review I see. So, wow, I'm seeing nothing but good reviews here. She said there were a bunch of bad reviews, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Oh, she did? Okay. I'm just laughing. That's next caller that's straying, not spaying. All right, I'll go try and call you guys.
Okay. If you're looking to sell your gold and silver, now listen, he doesn't care about the quality of the jewelry. This is just for the precious metal stuff. So look, he's not looking to buy jewelry. He's looking to buy gold and silver or platinum or titanium or whatever metals are precious. David Ellis Jewelry knows, so go there. 3rd and Clayton in Cherry Creek. Here's the thing about David Ellis. He's been there 40 years. You can depend on him. He will give you honest prices, maybe an old coin collection, old watches, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, mismatched, doesn't matter. Any precious metal. DavidEllisJewelry.com, and he is at 3rd and Clayton. That's David Ellis Jewelry. And his number, 303-322-8779. Let's talk about K&H Home Solutions. I love talking about companies that have been around a long time. I'm serious. Listen up right now. If you're looking for home improvements, there's always a cheaper route. There's always a most expensive route. You need to go not by price, but by quality and dependability. K&H Home Solutions has been with me advertising for the entire time I've been in Colorado. The entire time. That's because we work together to bring customer satisfaction. I've known Ted, who took over the company from the original owner. This company has been around 65 years. Ted has been in charge for the last, I think, 30 or 40. And it started out as KH Windows, now K&H Home Solutions, for windows, siding, doors, and more. And the best of those products, not just a product to fill a category. KHWindows.com. Make your own appointment there. 303-421-7100. The Art of Granite is similar in that they've been around for years, and they will get out to your home and get a job done quickly and will give you a price on the phone, and they're happy and proud of what they do. I love companies like this. There's no hemming and hawing. If you call them and tell them what you want, they're going to give you a pretty close approximation of the cost. So you get an estimate on the phone from the Art of Granite. They're direct stone importers. So whether you're doing granite, marble, quartz, whatever you want to do in your kitchen, they'll do your bathroom free. When you do the kitchen, they'll tear out and haul away free as well. Give them a call for a price, 303-386-5919. That's 386-5919. So did you get COVID? No. Nope. I was exposed so many times it was funny.
I slept next to my wife. She had it. I never got it, but then I got it about a month ago.
A month ago? For how long were you sick?
3 days. 3 days in bed, and then I just felt horrible for
a month ago. That was late.
It was. You know, I mean, as much as I was around it, my older son had it.
I was around it so much, and I just didn't. And then I got the vaccination now. But I don't know if I needed it. I think that my resistance is pretty high. And I don't mean, you know, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not a preacher. I'm not either. I think people should do what they want.
Right. But again, I mean, I slept next to my wife. She had it.
And you knew she had it?
Yeah.
And why did you choose to?
Because I thought I was invincible.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just thought, no, I have a great immune system. I rarely ever get sick. And so this whole time I kind of thought, no, I beat this.
Okay, I get it. That's kind of how I thought. Not that I'm invincible, but that and you truly didn't get it. So that is amazing.
And then I went to a graduation party, and the next day just started feeling like crap. But anyway, that was on a Sunday, and Wednesday got tested, and it came back positive. So.
Okay. I had to leave a voicemail up at the spay and neuter clinic or whatever it's called.
We're already getting a bunch of phone calls.
What's that?
They might be already getting a bunch of phone calls.
Sounds like a big operation.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. John, what's going on with you? Hello, John. What's happening? Good, man. What's going on? You know, man, there's so much. You know, it's almost impossible. First of all, you know, people should curb their animals, but with cats, if they let a cat out, it's damn near impossible to keep a cat out of a yard. And I don't know. I mean, technically, they're supposed to, okay? Technically, they're not supposed to let their cats do damage, and they should keep them in if they can't keep them in the yard. And as I said, most of the time, this doesn't become a problem. Does it smell that bad? I mean, can you tell? I mean, it's really... There are ways to deter that, you know. Okay, you took the words out of my mouth. None of that works? What? Hold on. I thought... No, I know. It gets ridiculous. So they actually go in your planters. Yeah, you know what? You know, I have the common ones that you hear about, and I thought that they work. But here's what I can do. I want to know if any of our listeners have had similar problems and how they've tackled it. If you've had cats you wanted to keep away. Now, listen, I don't want to hear the traps or the rat traps and the bad stuff. I just can't hear it. And I know, in a pure world, this shouldn't happen. They should keep their pets under control. But well, did you talk to him? Yeah, but did you talk to him and say, look, man, can you help me out here? Really? No, I know. No, I know that really does suck. I mean, it does, and God, that's weird. That he should put a litter box, maybe even outside his house. It doesn't even have to be inside. But what about if he put a litter box over on his property? Would they go in it? Well, you could ask him and say, look, put a litter box out there, and put it outside. You don't have to have it inside. But I'll bet you they would prefer to go in a litter box if he did that. No, I'm serious. I'll bet you that if he should just do it. But I mean, you actually have talked to him about it, and he said, well, hold on. No, you can keep cats inside. You can't keep cats in your yard, or you can't keep cats. I mean, he could make an enclosed area for his cats outside. I mean, he could go the extra mile. But I think a simple thing like a litter box outside his back door probably would do it. Ask him to do it. Just say, listen, put a litter box out there. They'd probably prefer to go there. Or put it near his fence or something, just to keep them off your porch. I would like to ask people if they have had this problem and how they dealt with it. Again, I'm not going to have those funny jokes about killing them and stuff with a gun. But if you have ideas, let me know. And then anyone who has a call coming in, I will take you. If we have to take a break, do not hang up. I'll get right to you. Mark, with Genesis Solar, quickly. Can you do a solar system, someone wants to know, just for hot water? Have you, or is it, no. It's mainly for electric,
yeah,
right?
Nowadays it's for electric.
Yeah, because they used to have those systems where glycol would go down and exchange with the water and heat the water.
Correct. And
but they don't do those systems, and they're probably too expensive too.
Well, yeah, and why? I mean, because now you're changing your electricity, and so you're putting it back in the grid, and you use it when you need it. So it's a much more efficient way to do it this way.
If you really did then have truly a good solar system and you weren't using all the electricity, you could have theoretically an electric water heater. You could.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
sure. Well,
seriously.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to think about the future. I mean, electric cars. I mean, what I was saying, 2030, most manufacturing, we switched over. If that really happens, I mean, why not charge it for free at your home?
Exactly. Robert, you have a truck that was repossessed when you were in the hospital with COVID. My goodness, you got a double whammy
here from the pandemic. Is that true, Robert?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, did you let anyone know?
My old Chevy Classic, a 1970 Chevy Classic 3/4 ton with 69,000 miles.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
On my birthday.
All right, Mike.
In January.
Robert, hold on. This happened in January?
I traded in my truck in January on my birthday, the 18th of January.
All right, hold on. Did the truck get repossessed in January?
No, it was repossessed during my last day. I was in the...
All right, hold on, Robert. Hold on. We'll come right back to you.
The house you're living in right now?
What's going on with him? And he may not be able to tell me the story.
Tom, when you do have cats, maybe kittens or things, you take them to wherever the litter box is.
Yeah.
And put them down in there.
And they get used to it.
And they get used to it, yeah. So I thought that was a good idea.
Well, I mean, I think they do. I mean, they'd rather go in a controlled environment. That's the problem with cats. They don't like wild.
Yeah.
No cats at my house.
We had like 3 cats for my son and my youngest son. And one got eaten by a coyote.
Oh, yeah. It's almost impossible to keep a cat out in the country.
I know.
Coyotes will get them. You want water? Oh, you got it.
I'm good, thanks.
Visit American Financing. KRFX HD2 Denver. KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app.
#1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. ABC News, I'm Alex Crochet. The Senate is taking up the For the People Act, but Republicans are expected to...
I bet I'm not going to get a call back from
political director Rick Klein.
the person I left a voicemail for up at the state clinic. As soon as I mentioned, the customer's name, I said I'm calling on behalf of Carla, and I'm sure as soon as they hear that, they're not going to return my call. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
You said you're on the Martino show, right?
Yeah.
Examining federal sentencing disparities between crack and powder cocaine. People of color are likely to receive tougher sentences related to crack cocaine. The CDC says 80% of Americans 65 and up have gotten at least one COVID-19 shot, but only 38% of 18 to 29-year-olds are vaccinated. That, as the Delta variant is spreading in the U.S., especially in communities with lower vaccination rates. It's primary day in New York City in the race for mayor, and for the first time, voters are using a ranked choice system. This is ABC News. In a landmark decision, Supreme Court justices ruled the NCAA can't limit educational benefits that colleges give to student athletes. Gabe Feldman is with Tulane Law School.
It's only a matter of time before another lawsuit is filed that asks for the whole system to be blown up and argues that any restriction on athlete compensation is illegal.
Alabama and Florida will be the first states to allow athletes to make money off their name and likeness. If you need a business loan, your social media profile could affect whether you get approved.
COVID-19 forced businesses to think outside the box in order to survive. Many, which were strictly brick and mortar, took to social media to let customers know and adapted in order to operate within CDC and other guidelines. And now lenders are keeping that in mind when they determine the credit worthiness of a prospective client. They say mining social media data is one way to see how prospective clients with the pandemic and can give them an idea of their plans for the future. Daria Albany, ABC News.
Alex Crochet, ABC News.
I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a quick tip from H2O Wireless on stretching your budget and saving money every month. Start with your recurring monthly bills, and here's the easiest one, your cell phone bill. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge premium rates for unlimited data, when in all actuality, you have no need for that much data. H2O Wireless, on the other hand, is on the exact same network as one of those carriers, but charges you half. The average family of four is saving over $70 a month without having to sacrifice coverage. And listen to this: unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 per month. Switching is as easy as swapping out your SIM card. You can keep your phone and your phone number. Here's how to get the best deal. This month, dial pound 250 and say keyword get H2O. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Dial pound 250 and say get H2O for this exclusive offer. And start saving today.
J-How News Time, 11:03.
Details of yesterday's shooting that killed an Arvada police officer remain limited. Informant in the city's Old Town area, this witness spoke to Fox 31.
And it was right in front of the restaurant. We were having trying to have our lunch on the patio, and we heard boom, boom, boom. And then I think it was more than three, but everyone says it's only three.
The officer killed is identified as 19-year department veteran Gordon Beasley, a school resource officer working patrol while excluded out in the summer. The person described as a Samaritan was also killed, as was the suspected shooter. The University of Colorado is moving to 100% capacity for sporting events in the fall. That includes Folsom Field and the Senior Events Center. Athletic Director Rick George says everyone's looking forward to welcoming back fans after hosting games in front of mostly empty seats last year due to COVID-19. The school will adhere to any county regulations finalized regarding mask wearing or proof of vaccination. That's the latest on Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Sponsored by Westera Credit Union. From the Bedford Traffic Center, where the drive right now is...
Do you have a hearing aid that's hooked up then, instead of using on my friends that you
I just have them on.
Oh, that, I didn't even notice it.
It's just so easy because I don't want to... I hate the headsets that after so many years it just got to me. And this is from TV, when I used to be on TV.
Right.
So I-25 traffic really moving well. Denver weather back into the 90s today. We'll see sunny skies, dry, and a high of 95. For tomorrow, a few clouds, and we're going to reach a high of 99 expected. Now, currently it's 79. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin. 6:30 KHOW. West Sierra Credit Union is looking for people who
Jesus
are excited about the futures they are. If you are a mortgage loan officer, processor, or underwriter, talk to West Sierra. We're like a $1.8 billion
I don't fucking
startup,
get it.
and you can help build it.
Defunding police proposed.
With post-pandemic crisis, supply chains were interrupted through past shutdowns. So I'm happy to tell you.
How the fuck do you defund police? How the fuck do you do it? I mean, God almighty. Do they see the correlation? Fucking crime is rising because the message is you can get away with it?
And then what, now we can't have any police officers in Denver schools, right?
Yeah, thanks to Tay Anderson.
Yeah. Now he's in trouble now, right?
When it comes to retirement, success is built upon...
I mean, think about how fucked our system is.
There are clear advantages to partnering with Allbirds. First, we are a fiduciary. Our advice is always in your best interest. Second, we have a dedicated advisory team. Real people you can call anytime you've got questions. Finally, we have a proven planning process. Our 7 personal decision points guide you through the 7 key areas of a successful retirement. Schedule a free consultation at allwithfinancial.com. You don't pay a cent until you're content. Only with excelroofing.com. It's Ross Kaminsky.
Just keeping you straight, bro. I don't know. Is he noticing? Maybe not.
Oil executive Chris Wright isn't having it. Calls out North Face for their hypocrisy. Wednesday morning at 7:05 here on 630 KHOW.
Thank you. Listen to our song.
As we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
Exposing liars, cheats, and ripoffs. The bane of bad guys' existence. Shining a light on the dastardly deeds of darkness. Here's Troubleshooter, Tom Martino.
Hello, here we are. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. 303-713-TALK. Let's get right to the phones. By the way, Genesis Solar is with us. You can find them at GenesisSolarCO.com. They're also on myreferralist.com, and we do have some questions on solar. They don't do the glycol systems anymore that heat up, fluids and then exchange the heat for something else. It's all electric, a photovoltaic, right? So there's no fluids. It's very simple. Yep. These panels can last a long time. Of course, you guys guarantee them for 25 years.
25 years, yep.
So we're going to talk about that and more coming up. 303-713-TALK. On the cat or the dog spaying problem, where she put a deposit down and they did not have the appointment on the books. We're working on that behind the scenes. Basically, we haven't gotten a hold of them yet, but Spay Today Healthy Pet Center basically has $150 of this woman's money. She just wants her money back. We're going to keep you informed on that because it's important. When people take deposits, I have a real bugaboo about them keeping deposits just because. All right. Now, we asked, what do you do about cats? If you have cats in your neighborhood that come onto your yard or come onto your porch and into your planters and pee and poop in there, one guy says it's disgusting. He can't do anything about it. I said, talk to your neighbor. Ask your neighbor to either put a litter box outside for his cats or keep his cats inside. So many people let their cats out. And it's true. It's hard to keep cats in a certain area. Some people have built outside, certain kinds of structures for them, outside patios or whatever you call them. Other people have, I've seen, even put their cats on a leash. I think it's a bad idea as far as tying them up outside with a light leash because they could be subject to dogs or somebody get in the yard. I wouldn't want that. Other people have done, kept their cats indoors. And they put maybe a window seat in for them or something. The point is, when a cat gets out and finds a place they want to go, it can really stink up the place. And this guy says right on his front porch, where there's a planter, his neighbor's cats go all the time. I've asked for solutions, and I have various calls. Mark, what do you think a solution would be?
Well, I have a cat and a dog, and I use mouse traps all the time. It doesn't hurt them. You can set as many as you want. And after... Oh,
it'll scare them. I get what you mean, like little mouse traps that really won't hurt them, but it'll kind of just You're not talking about the big ones. I know what you're talking about. Those little tiny ones.
Yeah, the ones that you use for mice.
Yeah.
I mean, they work perfectly. And then after that, you can get a paint stirrer from Home Depot, cut it up, and, you don't have to keep using the mouse traps, but they'll psychologically, they'll look at it, and they'll stay off of it. I use it with my cat and my dog all the time.
Okay, and I know people have done that to keep them off of, like, furniture and stuff.
Yes.
It scares them. That's not a bad idea. Thank you for that. And then, Ira, what do you think? Go ahead, Ira.
Hey, Tom, I've got an effective method for that. I had a neighbor's cat that kept coming in my flower garden doing the same thing. And then I just happened to think I had a whole box of carpet tack strips in my garage.
Ooh.
So I aligned my whole garden, my flower gardens with tack strips. And after about 3 treatments of that, the cat decided not to come back.
Really? So they learn and remember.
They jump on it. Oh yeah, the first next morning, them tack strips were strewed all over hell, and after a couple more treatments, the cat hasn't been back.
That's interesting, and it won't do a lot of harm to him. 303-713-TALK. Tom, what do you think? What do you got going?
Well, one thing in Aurora has a ordinance that they treat cats and dogs the same.
Oh, really?
Cats need to be indoor, on a leash. And, yeah, a lot of people don't know this, and you got people moving in the area. I live in Dam West, and I've got cats coming in. I've gone to the owners and said, hey, do you understand the ordinance and why it's there? Cats kill millions of songbirds every year, especially spring when it's cold out, and in the fall of the year. And these people are absolutely ignorant of anything to do with what their cat is going outside.
I never knew that. I never knew that about killing all those. I know they kill birds now and then. I didn't know it was a problem. But
millions nationwide, yeah. And here's the thing. I have trapped cats before. I'd gone to the owners. They didn't want to do a thing about it. I had a large trap, put tuna fish in it, trap it, took a Dumb Friends League, or in Aurora here, what I'm going to do if I keep seeing cats around, I will get a larger trap, and I will trap it. It's harmless, does not hurt it. And I will call animal control. They will come and pick it up, notify the owner if it's got a leash on it. It's going to cost them money, $45, $50. If they don't have proper shots, it's going to cost them even more. I even had one guy caught his old cat, was going around fighting with other loose cats and crapping and urinating everywhere. I trapped it, took it to the Dem Friends League, and the neighbor asked him, I don't see your cat around. He says, oh, yeah, it's gone. And she says, I think it's at the Dumb Friends League. And the guy didn't even go to pick it up. He says, oh, that's okay. It was my daughter's cat.
What a jerk.
Some of these people he was a complete jerk. I love animals. We had birds, and we feed birds. We have a water fountain out here for birds. And 2 years ago, I couldn't even pick any of my peonies. There was so much cat urine and crap on them. They just stunk.
Yeah, it really does get to be
what I do.
It really does get to be a problem. Seriously, I mean, we joke a lot about how cats are free-willed and do what they want, but really, it can be a nuisance for sure. And especially if you get too many cats out and about, what happens is you can have feral litters and stuff like that, and it really is a problem. I love cats and I love dogs, but we need responsible pet owners. Now, I will say, for the most part, the Denver area I have found to be, I've been here 40 years, but I've lived in other places and I also visit other places. I think we have pretty responsible pet owners in general. Lauren, your comment on cats?
Yeah, we've got the same problem along our house, and we use a product from Home Depot. It's called Uncle Ian's Dog and Cat Repellent, and it has dried blood in it, and it works 100%. You put it down.
Really?
No problem.
And now, what is it? Is it a powder?
It's a powder. You wear gloves. You sprinkle it down, and it works. Doesn't hurt the cats, and it works all season.
And you said it's dried.
It has dried blood in it.
Really?
Yeah, okay.
But it's called dog and cat repellent.
It's called Uncle Ian's Dog and Cat Repellent, and you get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, all those places.
All right, thank you very much. See, we're getting a lot of good information. 303-713-8255. Now, I want to go back to Robert. Robert's got a serious problem. Now, Robert, you had a truck parked and it was towed when you had COVID and you were in the hospital. When did you have COVID, Robert?
Okay, I got my COVID modem shot from the VA.
No,
on
Robert,
about
I need to know when you had, when were you in the hospital for COVID?
Well, I went into the hospital with a coma shortly thereafter, about the 8th of February.
Wait,
I went into a coma.
A coma?
About 3 days later, into a coma until the 23rd, and then they said
Okay, hold on. Robert.
I had a heart attack.
Robert, hold on. So after you got your vaccination, you went into a coma, and you had a heart attack.
Yes.
And how long were you?
I had a heart attack, and then I was released into the public from the 8th, or from the 8th of February. I was released into the public, or into the admission of the hospital on the 23rd.
Okay, Robert, how
told me I had
long?
3 stents in my heart.
Just a real simple. I just need a real simple answer. How long were you in the hospital where you weren't home to see your truck? How long?
After 7 visits, I got out yesterday. Today's the 22nd of June.
So you were in for what, a week?
No, I was in and out 7 times from February until yesterday.
Okay, got it. Okay.
The 21st of February.
So you were in and out of the hospital. Okay, I get
7 times.
I get it. In and out of the hospital. So what does this have to do with your truck being repossessed? Did you miss any payments?
Well, you see, I bought the truck on my birthday, the 18th of January.
Okay.
And on the 3rd of February, I got the COVID shot.
I get it, bro. I get it. Here's what I need to
So I
know.
missed
When you
every
bought
payment.
your truck January 18th, happy birthday on your birthday. You bought the truck. Did you have a loan on it?
No, I bought the 70 Chev cash in 2003 or 1993 or no 19.
Okay, Robert.
Or 2003. I bought the
Robert
cash.
Robert. Okay. You told me you had a truck repossessed. Is that right?
The new truck was a 2017 Chevy Colorado.
Robert, I don't care what kind it is. Just answer. Robert, I want to help you, okay? Answer me some yes or no questions. Did you have a truck repossessed?
Yes, the
2017. The 2017 truck, got it. Okay. Now, the 2017 truck was repossessed when?
Sometime between the 6th and 7th hospital stay where I was in and out.
So it was sometime in February.
Well, I was in this last time 10 days.
Okay. And why was it repossessed? Did you miss a payment?
I couldn't make the first payment from January to now.
Okay, I get it. So you never made a payment on this truck. How many payments did you miss? January, February, March, April, May. Did you miss 6 payments?
I gave them my truck. They said I was going to get $4,000 cash up front.
Did you miss 6 payments or 5 payments?
It should have been only 3.
Okay. Did you miss 3 payments?
Yes.
Okay. So you see why they repossessed it, right? There was a reason.
Yes, but they said that they were going to give me $4,000 cash for my trade-in.
What do you mean?
They never gave me $4,000 cash for my trade-in.
So the dealer that
my trade-in was a classic 1970 Chev.
I get it.
3/4 ton.
I get it.
With
So
only 69,000 miles.
Right. You traded in your old classic. You got a 2017. They repossessed a 2017, and you said, had they given you the cash for the trade-in, you wouldn't have had it repossessed. Do you have the paperwork for the deal? Do you have all of your paperwork from that dealer?
Yes. If
you get us that paperwork, Robert, I think we need to look that over, okay? Do you have it on a digital copy or just paper copies?
I got a copy of the electronic original.
Okay, in paper, right?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Dan, we have to help Robert off the air, okay? We need to somehow, some way, get copies of his contract. I have no idea what he's talking about a trade. He didn't make a payment.
I thought it was just me, Tom.
No. I think that Robert might have a little trouble understanding this transaction, and I think we have to really help him, okay? So hang on. Everyone else, hang on. We'll get right to you. Robert, hang in there, and we'll talk to you off the air.
If you live in Colorado and get your COVID vaccine, you could win some comeback cash. All eligible Coloradans 18 years or older that receive at least one dose of a COVID vaccine are automatically entered for a chance at $1 million each week from now until July 7th. The sooner you get vaccinated, the more chances you'll have to win. Protect yourself.
Yeah, I can talk to you.
Come back and win big. All prizes are subject to eligibility. Odds vary. For more information and official rules, go to coloradocomebackcash.com.
Yeah, the first car, the second car.
So many people need information when they're in an accident and they have injuries because we have so much misinformation, like how much it's worth, how we collect it, if we have to file a lawsuit, what to do if it's a government agency, what do you do if a company-owned truck hits you? All of these questions can be answered free of charge. Free legal advice from John Fuller, our auto accident expert. John Fuller, Fuller Law. Call him if you're in an accident, there are injuries, and you need information. 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
Advantage of our new fast track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.25 rate and APR with no closing costs on a 15-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you've refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.25 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669.
NMLS 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. For the past several months, you've heard me talking about my good friends at Blue Sky CBD, and we do know that a lot of you have now tried their balms and oils. They have helped me for sure. You probably also heard me talk about Dr. Eric Dorniger from Boulder. He is now the Director of Research and Development. This week, Blue Sky CBD is partnered with Resort Lifestyle Communities seminars to answer all of your questions that you have about CBD. And believe me, before I started with Blue Sky CBD, I had questions as well. How does CBD work? Is it going to work for you? Can you use CBD with your current meds? This is a great opportunity to hear from Dr. Dorniger. This Wednesday at 2 o'clock, he's going to be at the Resort Lifestyle Communities in Littleton, and then on Friday at 2 p.m. at the Resort Lifestyle Communities in Aurora. Get your questions ready. And don't forget, you still get 30% off your first order by using promo code KHOW. And that lets you try the half-ounce deep relief balm. That has been a lifesaver for me. You can get that now for $15. Blue Sky CBD at bluesky-cbd.com.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Woo! For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Check it out, Lulu. A roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look! An eBay-wearing sunglasses!
Famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty. Excel Roofing is one of the best-run companies I've ever seen. And that's good news for you, the consumer.
Because at Excel Roofing, the owner Jay Gretz knows how to do business. That's why he never puts a cancellation or penalty fee in his contract. He doesn't want to force you to do business. He wants you to want to do business with him. And he never takes any money up front.
The 26% tax rebate.
And
Say a roof is $10,000.
at Excel Roofing,
I
they take
can take $4,500 additional money
everything written down.
and
So
put in
clients know
windows,
exactly
new
what
air
they're
conditioner,
getting.
whatever.
And then he negotiates with the insurance
As long as it's
company to
energy
get you
saving,
the settlement.
you get a tax rebate on additional items if you're doing solar.
You never pay a dime until the
That's
job is done.
really cool.
If you're getting solar,
If you're getting solar,
in addition to that tax credit,
you can get tax credit on other home repairs as long as they're helping with energy efficiency. Windows, siding.
the total solar credit is what, 15%?
Or you just
26%.
or an evaluation.
26% tax credit.
Right.
Right. Okay. So let's say the solar is 10 grand. You can go up to $14,500, $450, $4,500 more on windows in your home, an air conditioner in your home,
Woodley's Fine Furniture.
and get a tax credit on that $4,500.
How much tax rate? The same.
Woodley's is the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built
No one
furniture in
talks about
Colorado.
This is huge. I mean, this is so
Visit
crazy.
Woodleys.com today.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
Okay, so you can go how much percent above?
45% of whatever your solar
So about almost half of what you spend on solar, you can go extra.
extra and gets
If
20.
it enhances energy efficiency.
Right. So it's
This is amazing.
26% off.
I gotta put that in our copy.
Right.
God damn it, I'm glad you're here. Amazing. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I just found out
about additional tax credits. Now listen, a tax credit for solar is 26%, right?
That is correct.
So basically 26% of the price comes back to the consumer if they pay taxes. It's erased from their taxes.
That is
It's
correct.
real money.
It's
now,
real.
obviously, if you don't pay taxes,
Then you're not getting it.
yeah, you're not getting it, right? But if you pay tax, you can carry it forward 5 years.
Yes.
Okay. And you're telling me, and I want to make this very simple for people to understand. So if you have a system that's 10 grand or 20 grand, 10 grand, your tax credit is basically $2,500 bucks.
$2,600.
Yeah,
Right.
$2,600, right?
Correct.
And that $2,600 comes right back to you, essentially making that system that much less.
Correct.
Okay, but you're telling me, in addition, people, listen to this. If you do solar, they also allow you to take extra tax credits on other energy efficient measures to help the solar work better. In other words, if you do solar for 10 grand, you get another $4,500
45%. Correct.
that you can spend on top of that and get tax credit on that.
Correct. So let's say you want to spend $4,500 on an air conditioner or a new windows.
Anything energy related.
Installation, a new roof. Your roof deductible, because you didn't have it when you got a new roof put on, you're going to get 26% off of that dollar amount also.
Okay, so remember, if you have a solar system for X amount of dollars, you can add 45% on top of that. And if you spend that extra 45% on anything energy related, including a roof, you can take another 26% tax credit on that amount.
It's like a 26% sale. I mean,
On
really
everything.
Is. Yeah.
So when you're doing solar, do you often tell people you may as well do some more insulation?
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of times our solar is mostly coming from, hey, I need this done, and we start talking about solar, and they say, okay, and it's all going to work out together. You know, oh, you need new siding because your siding is bad, and it's consequently not as energy efficient. We're going to put something more energy efficient.
So you mean if you do a solar system and they go ahead and upgrade their siding, you can get them a tax credit on their siding.
Yes.
If you do solar and they need some new windows, you can get them a tax credit on the windows.
Correct.
Holy crap.
It is the best deal out there. It's 26% off. I mean, really?
Anything extra on up to 45%. So I hope you understand that. So let's just say, you know, if you have a 10 grand system, you can spend 14 something. You can spend an extra 4,500 or so on other stuff. That, when you do that, you get 26% credit on that other stuff. That is an amazing thing. I've never heard that before.
Yes.
Is that new?
I don't know if it's new or not. I just know it's in place now. And we don't know how long the tax credit is going to be in place.
Yeah, that's true, too.
I mean, that could disappear next year, but now it's 26%.
You know, it's funny. We did get a few complaints about people who bought solar systems and could not use their tax credit. But I find that hard to believe, because even if you don't pay extra tax,
right.
I mean, certainly there are some taxes most people pay where over a 5-year period they're going to get savings.
Exactly. I mean, for the most part.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Alex, what's going on with you, Alex? Welcome to the show. What's happening?
Hey, I had spoken with you a while back, and
what happened?
About Ready Roofers.
Ready Roofers.
Contract I had.
Okay. I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm listening at the same time. Go ahead.
Yeah. And
I got it. I got it right here. Yeah. Alex, your dad, it was for your dad's house, right?
Yes. He passed away in February.
Yeah.
And they placed a mechanics lien on the property.
Okay, I remember. And we were going to get Blake Harris on there. Bottom line, we do need to get Blake on for this. Are you calling back with any kind of an update, or just calling back for us to help you? Is there a lien on the house now?
Yes. They placed a lien on the house, and
we did find out, by the way, that they can put a lien on a home even if it's in probate, okay? Because the house has not yet changed hands. So the lien is on the house. Who owns the house right now?
It's still in my father's name, but I am the property owner now.
All right. If you can hold, Alex, we didn't get Blake Harris on last time you were on, and we weren't sure if there was going to be a lien. And now we know for sure there's a lien. So hold on and let's get you some advice, all right?
All right.
All right, hang on. So, Deputy Dan, we need to get Blake whenever you get a chance.
Sounds good.
All right, good. Let me go to Sean now. Sean, what's happening with you? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, what's happening?
I want to give a shout-out to Curtis White at Proform Concrete.
Yeah, on a referral list. What's going on with them?
Well, him and his team came out, and they put a concrete slab down for my pool, and it was awesome, flawless. And they did a great job. They did it in a day.
Very good.
But it gets better because I mismeasured, and it didn't fit the pool. So I called Curtis up, and he said, I'm going to make this right.
What?
Wow. And his team came out, and in 2 days ripped out the old slab and laid a new one. It is perfect.
Wait a minute.
Flawless.
They did it even though you're the one that mismeasured?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yeah, amazing guy, amazing team.
They are good people.
I can't say enough.
Well, thank you for letting us know. And, of course, Proform Concrete is on our referral list at referrallist.com. And, Sean, I hope that sells you on referral list. We are a cut above. I staked my entire career on it. I've had it for now going on 30 years. And, in fact, Genesis Total Exteriors has been on it for years and years and years, and Genesis Solar is on it. And it's real. Now, we have a question about tax credits here. Shane, what is your question on solar tax credits?
Yeah, hey, Tom, I just wanted to follow up on what you guys were just discussing with the additional improvements. So I guess my question is, if I got a solar system, let's say this year, and now that I learned this, if I wanted to also, let's say, do the air conditioning upgrade, is there a time frame to collect that all under that?
I get it. In other words, if you do your solar system today, can you, like 2 years from now, add your air conditioning? There must be a time limit there.
6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the exact time limit, but I know I have to put it all together as one contract. It has to be on the same contract.
Oh, well, then that answers it.
Yeah, it all comes together. So.
Yeah, so in other words,
the solar company doesn't sell air conditioning or something like that.
what happens now if you don't sell air? I mean, do you contract it out, sub it out?
Yeah, I contract it out.
Okay, so it's all under the solar contract.
Correct.
But you sub it out. Right. So in other words, a good solar company should know how to do that. And if they don't, I mean, call Genesis and they'll do it. Again, they might have to sub it out, but so what? I mean, I don't imagine that that will be too much of a problem to get your tax credit.
Interesting.
Correct.
Yeah, it is interesting. And it's better than, thank you, it's better than I've ever imagined. That while you're doing solar, they allow you, and I think the theory behind it is if you're getting solar and you need to enhance your energy efficiency on top of that, you may as well do it then and get 26% on that extra stuff, which is really good. I mean, it's really good. We got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
My office texts me and says 40%, but I remember 45, so we're verifying. That's not a hero there.
Denver. Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by your local Ford store.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, traffic is fully recovered now on I-76 between Pecos and Federal from an earlier accident. So that is good news there. I-25 is terrific, no problem spots, no slow traffic between the North Glen area all the way down to Castle Rock. I-70 checking clear, and we're looking good on 225 and 6th Avenue. Denver weather back into the 90s today with mostly sunny skies. It's going to be dry with a high temperature of 95. For tomorrow, look for a few clouds and reaching a high of 99. Currently, it's
I do not see
with your impact traffic and weather. I'm
where you
Chris
can sell a
McLaughlin.
tax
6:30. Hey, Hal.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So Ford built the cars, trucks, and SUVs of the future for everyone. Built to get through any environment. Built for tough and built for America. Check out Ford's complete line of cars, trucks, and SUVs at your local Ford store today.
You know, it's hard to believe that water can be such a strong cleaning agent, but Zero Res has built its reputation on it, and it works. I use Zero Res in my home, and my carpets come out like new. Not just like new, but they dry faster and stay clean longer. They also do upholstery, and they do tile and grout with this safe, empowered water. Why is the water so amazing? Well, it's patented, the process, but what I do know is it's super soft, and it does have some alkaline. It's also highly alkaline, and what that combination does is dissolves and carries away dirt better than any soap, detergent, or emulsifiers, and they can prove it by doing it. 3 rooms now, $109. ZeroResDenver.com. That's Res, R-E-Z. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. In this time of uncertainty in real estate, don't you want someone who knows that you're going to be pleased? So much so that they only ask for 1 day to prove it. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you're looking to sell your home or looking to buy a home, he only asks for a 1-day contract, meaning after 1 full day, if you're not happy, you can cancel at any time. That's how confident he is at the great services he offers. By the way, he's also doing free market valuations of your home. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to
So Bitcoin, 32,683. I mean, that's incredible. Oh, just went down again.
Only a whole house repipe with brand new high quality packs.
Where will it go?
The problem.
I want to know. That's the thing. Is,
no more leaks and
we have a
great
crystal
water
ball, right?
pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years, serving over 40,000 happy customers.
The high it's been is what?
1 to 2 days
40?
at half the cost of a plumber with a
Oh,
lifetime guarantee.
55. No, that I'm just looking at the last survey. 59.7. Man, it was at almost 60 grand. Holy shit!
0% interest when you call today. 720-573.
Do you realize it was down to $3,000? Well, it was down to $600 in 2016. Okay, it went down to $3,700 in 18. It was down. I'm just trying to figure out when to get in.
Ideal
When?
Home Loans can.
Seriously.
Brent Ivinson, owner of Ideal Home Loans. No longer do you have to worry about timing the bottom, because if rates go down by 0.75% or more within 2 years of doing a home loan with us, we will refinance your existing mortgage down to the lower rate. But the great thing is we won't charge you.
China literally banned
so you can take advantage of that lower interest rate and that lower monthly payment.
303-867-7000. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino recommending Ideal Home Loans. Maybe you've already applied and you're getting the runaround. Ideal will give you a
California's got to pay for
You're not
back
stuck with
rent.
anything until you close your loan in your
Where they get the money for it?
That's when that's fun.
Whoa.
That's when everything
Since California plans to pay off COVID-related back rent.
Then they lend. Of course they have to.
Technology platform.
You heard me say this fucking eviction freeze. When they lived in Colorado, what are they going to do?
Right.
Take it like it is.
Everybody's going to be on the street because a lot of these fuckers used it.
Oh, yeah.
What bothers me is the cheaters get free. Right.
I know.
How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company's been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd? Dad, they just need to call us. We can help, and now's the time. At Dunright, we offer.
Do you have any real estate out there now?
Custom cabinets, tub and shower.
What's that? Are you renting homes or anything like that right now?
Simply call us for
Me?
Yeah.
Renting homes?
Yeah, you have property.
Oh, like that? No, I don't have real estate like that. No, no commercial or residential anymore. Nothing.
Once and for all. Kitchen, baths, counters, and floors.
All I have is regular investments that a financial advisor does, and I have my business. You know, when I invest in myself, like a magazine I'm starting. I really believe the more and more people are moving in, the more they need reliable sources. That's why the referral list has gone up so much. We've gotten a lot more actions.
But was ignored. I think the Gary Police Department should be looking at some of those old cases. They still may have a killer out there.
Listen to Algorithm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I just need to know if Bitcoin
Talk Station online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK.
713-8255. Folks, is it time to buy Bitcoin? Is it? 32,000 some odd dollars? I've never gotten into crypto. It scares me a little, but everything new kind of scares a little. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. Also, someone did mention that with tax credits for solar, you can sell them. I'm finding nothing on that where you can sell your tax credits. If anyone has heard about this, I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you can't. All I'm saying is I see nothing here for the residential solar energy tax credit being that you can sell it. But someone did say it's possible. All right, do we have Blake Harris coming up for Alex? I want to make sure we don't forget her. Did you make a call to him?
Can't get a hold of him.
Well, do you have a cell phone? Did you text him? Let's text him. Let me text him. I'll tell him I need him on the show. I have his cell right here. I'm going to text. Thank you. Chris, what's going on with you, Chris? Welcome. What's happening?
Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I've got a split rail fence. I replaced two of them in my front yard. I didn't realize I needed a permit for them. I guess a neighbor called into code enforcement, and now I'm running into issues with the lot lines on my property not being correct.
Okay, hold on. When you put this fence up, a few questions here. When you put the fence up, did you put it up following another fence? Did you replace a fence, or was this brand spanking new?
I replaced an old fence, and I followed the same location.
Okay.
It's a fence that carries out along my driveway on one side, outside of park easement, and the other side is separating me and the neighbor, and then running out along the driveway as well.
But you did do this as far as replacing. You didn't just put it in willy-nilly. I mean, it actually went. Okay. Now, the old fence, do you know if it was on the property line? Did you ever do a survey?
I did not.
Okay.
I've had an ILC, and ILC is showing that there's all kinds of funny.
And that's an improvement survey. Here's the deal, Chris. You're responsible for whatever you did. So if you put up a fence, whether your survey's wrong or not, that's not anyone's problem but yours. So when you bought your property, you should have gotten a certified survey. You should have gotten a title company and all that blessing it. Did you have a loan when you bought your home?
Yes. I looked through the paperwork, and I could not find a survey at all through our paperwork.
Well, then I don't know how you closed on it or how your bank allowed you to close on it without a survey. You actually
reach out to the old title company?
Huh? No, it's your responsibility. Usually a lender requires it. But this is a funny situation. A lender is not required to require it. Do you get what I mean? A lender is taking a chance by not having a survey because they don't know what they're getting. But if you do a survey now, you may have to go back to what's called monuments, meaning many surveys are built on previous surveys. But every once in a while, if there's error that shows up, you have to go back to monuments. Monuments mean concrete stakes that were buried deep in the ground that are found with metal detectors that surveyors use all over the country to verify surveys. To verify a survey, you need to go back to a monument. Now, you may not need to, by the way. If there was a verified survey done close to you, you can go off of those pins. But you need a good licensed surveyor to do it. So you need to check with one and say, I need an accurate survey, and then get the survey done. And when you get it done, that'll tell you everything you need to know. You can't blame your lender or your title company for not having a survey. You're the one that's supposed to demand the survey. A lender demands a survey for their own purposes. But if they did not demand one, that's because they did not care. But that doesn't mean they have responsibility to you. The only one that would have responsibility to you is if a seller, if they represented that they own certain property that they did not own. Now, if that happened, the argument could be made that it was unintentional, and had you done your own survey, you would have known that. So, bottom line, get a survey done. If that sounds overly simplistic, that's really what you need to do.
Does the ILC, with the ILC at least, I know I could do a full survey, and I probably need
the improvement survey. Hold on a second. I'll tell you what the improvement survey is for. I don't even understand how you get one of those without an underlying survey. Hold on.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station.
Egress window survey everywhere. It's crazy. They're requiring them everywhere.
This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
And he didn't get on that.
Westera Credit Union is looking for people who are as excited about the future as they are. If you are a mortgage loan officer, processor, or underwriter, talk to Westera.
The whole,
$1.8 billion
it's got interesting as far as permits and.
Go to WesteraCU.com.
The Art of Granite. They'll give you a price on the phone. The Art of Granite. You can get a price, for example, on your counter by simply calling 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. All materials are wholesale. They tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. Whatever material you want, he's a direct stone importer, theartofgranite.com. And speaking of home improvements, Simply Floors Inc. for your floor coverings. And while you're doing your floors, of course, they'll come to you with samples of whatever you're interested in. Again, I've said it before. You can buy floor coverings almost anywhere, all the same floor coverings. What you're really shopping for is the experience, the installers. You're shopping for pricing and value, and that's what you get at Simply Floors Inc. The best prices, the best installers, and the best owners. Buddy and Karen Mitchell, dedicated to your 100% satisfaction. SimplyFloorsInc.com. I was a little confused. I heard drumming.
Yeah, I think there wasn't a traffic report. No wonder I couldn't count you.
I'll tell you, Tom, that Robert fella is.
Sorry, I didn't notice.
Get the truth about
But there's your guy on 6. You text, he shows up. See, when you do it, it works. It's perhaps by me. But you can earn
Oh, boy.
listening to my podcast. That's what I heard from my source. My source, that is, for chess, myself.
Listen to the Ron Burgundy.
So I didn't hear the call. Is there something about, is the fence in the wrong, like encroaching?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
He's upset there was no survey, and what he doesn't understand is, see, a lot of people say, well, wait a minute, the bank didn't require a survey. Well, okay, then that's their peril. In other words, the reason they ask for a survey is not for you, it's for them.
Yeah, right.
A bank doesn't give a shit what you buy as long as, really, the truth is the bank is protecting their needs. And to go after a bank for not protecting its own interests is stupid.
Yeah, you're not going to get anywhere with that one.
Right. But yet people do it.
They're your one-stop shop.
You know what? Every 5 minutes, I'm checking, and Bitcoin is going down every 5 minutes.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Are they still on the low 30s? Or
32,378. It was just 32,469. It was just a few. I'm just doing a refresh.
Right.
I'm wondering what my buy. I wonder if there.
How do you even buy that stuff? Is there an exchange or something?
Yeah. There's only one that I would trust.
Between June 8th and June 30th, you'll be automatically entered to win $1 million. Visit credit.
Yeah, I don't know. Really.
I don't know anything about it.
Mine's showing up 147. 32,346.
Mine is 32,378.
So close.
Banking services provided by MBB Banking. Member
For the day, it's up $147.
And this is universal time.
If you've been thinking about refinancing, right now is the perfect opportunity to save big with our Rocket Mortgage Prime Sale. Lock your rate by June 22nd, and you'll get an additional.
And I don't even understand. It says 5:49 p.m. UTC. That's impossible. It's 5:49. There is no 5:49 in universal time.
Right.
Well, there is. Well, there could be, but it's not. Universal time is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. All the way up to 2,400.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right? So, what is 5:49 p.m. Universal time? Right now, for example, Universal time, right this second, is... Right now, Universal time is 17:52.
Okay, I'll buy that.
That's universal. That's Zulu time. That
almost sounds like
the zero date line.
Right.
It's 17 hours and 52 minutes past it.
Right. Okay.
And we are 7 hours behind it.
Yes.
Actually it says 6 hours. Minus 6 hours. Yeah, minus 6
hours.
Oh,
maybe because of...
We're minus 6 hours. And, yeah, so Zulu's 17.
For quality work and competitive upfront pricing, call Prime Plumbing and Heating. Licensed and insured, Prime can handle any job from water heaters and
I don't know why the whole world doesn't just go by Zulu time. If the whole world, you can convert it to like regular time, but still have the universal. It's so confusing sometimes, and especially in the U.S. now, where some cities, some places don't observe daylight savings.
Yeah, right.
Arizona and Hawaii.
They just don't observe it.
Right. And so, like right now, we're on the same time as Arizona.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
713-8255. I want to talk to Blake Harris. Listen, I'll go back to the fence issue in a minute, but Blake Harris, attorney at law, our estate planning attorney, BlakeHarrisLaw.com or 833-ASK-BLAKE. I want to ask a question. Blake, when you have a home, as Alex does, and it's in probate, not Alex, hold on. Yeah, it was Alex. That's right, Alex, yeah. It was a lien. Okay, so a roofing company put a lien on the house, and they put it on the house. The house is now in probate. How do you handle that, as you would any lien, Blake?
Pretty much. So there's two options. The beneficiaries can take the home and put the title in their name and keep the home with the lien on it. They don't have to pay off the lien to transfer the home to themselves, but the lien will stay attached to the home. Or they can file a petition in the district court and fight the lien.
Okay. Alex, do you have grounds to fight this lien?
Personally, no, I don't. I don't have any lawyers or anything right now.
No, what I mean is, do you have grounds? In other words, do you think Ready Roofers really did a roof?
No, it's not properly done, and there's problems within the contract itself. One major problem I noticed is they're using today's current price of the lumber when the roof was done back in November of 2020.
What? So wait a minute. Yeah. They're charging higher prices because of now, even though it was done in November?
Yes, sir. They are charging $62.94, which is the current price of lumber. And if you ask any home store, like I went and talked to BMS, which is a lumber store here in town, and the price of lumber back in November was $20 to $30.
And what about the roof? You said there were multiple issues. Does the roof have to be redone?
Yes, it will need completely redone, and that's confirmed by multiple contractors that have come and looked at it.
You actually have affidavits from them saying that the roof is completely useless or valueless?
I'm currently in the process of getting paperwork from them. It's been a little bit of a process trying to schedule times for them to meet, but I've had them come out and look, and they've said this roof will not last through the winter.
And there was no permit pulled, Tom, either.
No permit pulled, but that in and of itself isn't going to be the real thing. The real thing is, did she get something of value? Blake, do you fight this in probate right now? Do you say, I should get this house without the lien, or do you file a separate action?
I would go ahead and take it as soon as possible. I mean, the longer it's there, the more evidence that you're saying that you're accepting it.
But what I mean is this: where do you fight it? Does she file a separate lawsuit, a quiet title action, or something?
So it would be done as the personal representative, but it would be a separate action that the personal representative would be taking. Just like a personal representative can go sue somebody for money owed to the decedent.
Okay. In the estate to pay it.
No, my dad didn't leave anything in the estate, and
is the house paid for?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the house is paid for. What's the house worth?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I'm working on getting appraisals, but they want to foreclose on the property by the 24th.
Wait. Hold on. Who wants to foreclose?
Ready Roofers.
They can't foreclose unless they initiate a foreclosure. They can't just do that. Did they start foreclosure?
I have not received any paperwork yet, but I got a phone call from their lawyer on the 10th stating they need paid in full or they will begin the foreclosure process.
Okay, they'll begin the foreclosure process. Listen, Alex, you need to address this. You say you have no money to address it, but the house has value and you need to address it or you will lose the home. Okay? You will lose it. I mean, so you have to fight this lien or pay it. Whatever you think. I mean, really, unfortunately, the $6,000 is going to come close to what you pay to fight it. Or maybe you can get it done cheaper, or you get the house transferred and then fight it after that. Hold on. We'll come back with more on this.
Greenberry. Tell Blake we'll call him back if we need him. All right, we'll call us there. This is good. Now, you don't have to leave, by the way, because we didn't get enough out. Unless you have to leave. Do you have to leave? Okay, good.
Greenberry, which amazing on its story, is packed with tons of antioxidants with less sugar than other cereals.
I just need to get all this shit out. So Wednesday, when we see it,
health benefits are the end. Available in brand place, unmet food and delicious cinnamon frosted shredded wheat.
Okay. There we go.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
So it is 45%.
Hey, so I just talked to Blake. I'll put Alex on there. He said this might be a case he would take on a contingency, but he wants to talk to
Blake?
her. Yeah.
Okay, good.
So
I'm going to tell her that.
You want to tell her that? Or do you want her just to give him a call? So you can go.
But I'm going to tell her to give a call and why. Or you want to just, yeah.
Okay, very good. I don't know if he wants that out. He just said before he does
tell her that off the air.
Tell her.
I'm going to say, hold on. Dan wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Dan, and give you that information and then you tell her that way.
Gotcha.
That deck should be done this week, and the siding should be, we think the siding should be done tomorrow.
Right. And the only other she hopes they do a good cleanup. She said.
Does he have a nightmare?
No. Well, she's a little rough.
I took it over from one of your nightmares.
Yeah. It wasn't our nightmare.
Oh, who was it?
It was a guy that did partial, and then he had an organ taken out, and he couldn't do anything anymore. Lives in Evergreen.
She called me in March as we're getting hammered with snow. When are you going to get started? I go, when the snow's gone. I'm not starting. Even in Maine, we're getting hammered with snow up there.
I know it.
And her house is really high up.
Is it really high up?
She's way, I live in Evergreen. She lives up by that little ski resort.
Okay.
Do you know, these guys ought to just fucking hold up a sign that we're campaigning for the progressive left. I mean, their coverage.
Oh, CNN? Yeah.
Their coverage, I mean, it's so more than slanted. It's like they have a fucking agenda.
Well, Chris Cuomo come out and said, and he says, they should ban Tucker Carlson and stuff. You know, all he just talks about is false things. And Chris Cuomo, holy cow.
Yeah, and Carlson triples his audience.
Well, Chris Cuomo, he was the one that was in bed with his brother trying to give him advice when he was screwing women. Or just blowing on him, or whatever he did.
Only T-Mobile for Business uses unconventional.
Oh, that one other guy on that clarified tax credit on solar.
Do you know what the Dems are calling voters' rights? No IDs necessary.
Right.
I mean,
no other country. They want stuff that's in no other
country. You can't do anything in this fucking. I can't get a refund at Amazon without ID.
Right.
No, I mean, we have an ID for everything, so why should we for voting? Everybody has an ID. Who doesn't have
Why
an ID?
do they not want it? I don't even
and not only that,
understand it.
Put it out there that the government will help you get your ID if you want it for voting.
Who doesn't have an ID, though?
The Democrats, all they do is want to point and say racist. That's what they want to do.
They're keeping racism alive.
What's that?
They're keeping racism alive.
Oh, but they're just piling on. Absolutely. They're piling on stuff that's not even racism. To be a Democrat, you just cannot be very smart. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
You know,
but there's fucking people buying it. I mean,
well, the people.
They race for defeat on sweeping voter rights bill. Read the voter rights bill.
Right, I agree.
It'll blow your fucking
no
mind.
other country has anything like this. It's just, what do you say?
Right.
Thanks for that, on that there. What else? Okay, I think got that right. So you don't know of any tax credit selling, and that guy did.
I looked all over.
Come on, Jennifer's.
And
goes a refundable tax credit can be sold. Tax rebate for solar cannot.
Democrats in the Senate are trying this week to convince their Republican colleagues that we need updating voters' rights. The For the People Act, it says, is unlikely to pass, it says, but the bill is relevant as Republican-led states have introduced a slew of new voting restrictions that could suppress marginalized groups.
Restrictions, yeah.
Restrictions.
Yeah. Those restrictions in Canada
the largest focus
are already there.
Would federalize provisions Democrats hope would make easier for people to vote.
Again,
it would increase voter access by expanding early voting, allowing for same-day voter registration. Yeah, allow for more fraud, enhancing automatic registration for federal elections.
I think what they should do is like they do
States
over
would
in
also be required.
India. Don't you get a purple dye on your finger? No, on your finger to show that you voted.
And register eligible felons.
Oh yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I don't know. I guess I say
voters would be allowed to vote by mail without an excuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charges job seekers a fee and has more than 35,000 job openings with high demand in construction, driving, logistics, and administrative jobs. Find a location near you at expresspros.com or on the Express Jobs app.
Veteran news anchor Ron Burgundy returns with the Ron Burgundy Podcast to take on the most pressing and exciting topics of our day. Get the truth about the stories that affect your life, as only Ron Burgundy can deliver it.
I've heard it said, perhaps by me, that you can earn a degree listening to my podcast. That's what I heard from my source. My source, that is, perchance, myself.
So, for a free evaluation, we just need one month's bill. So we can throw out there, just to see if it's viable to have. We'll do an evaluation, free evaluation. We just need a copy of 1 month's electric bill.
A new air conditioner, a new furnace, a whole home humidifier, and 5 years no interest, all starting at $8,500. Other people sell just the AC unit for that. You have to check these guys out. They've been on our referral list over 10 years. 888heating.com is the website, and 888-HEATING is a phone number.
Hey, this is Dave Kaplan. Thanks for listening to Tom Martine.
About 10 seconds, Tom.
For your ride home, and all you have to say is, Alexa, play 630 KHOW. Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
People in trouble need him. Listeners love him. Scammers fear him. Keeping bad guys in check more than 40 years. Here's Troubleshooter, Tom Martino.
Hi, let's go to the phones and help people. We have Genesis Solar with us. Genesis Solar. Mark Szymanski also has Genesis Total Exteriors. And we were talking about advances in solar, and one of the biggest deals is the increased tax credits you're allowed to get. And I want to make that clear on how that is done. All right, so stay tuned for that. If you are doing solar, you get a chance to spend more money and get more tax credits on non-solar stuff. And I'll cover that in a minute. I want to tell you about Water Pros, though. Water Pros will get you the best water conditioning system on the market, just bar none, and at the lowest price. I cannot believe you can get a full water conditioning system, complete whole house, for under $2,000 fully installed. That is just incredible. That super softens your water, makes it better for plumbing, better for washing, better for getting clothes clean, sheets clean, no residue. That's waterpros.net. I am astounded by this company. They also do, of course, wonderful drinking water filtration at the site of the drinking water, like you can have a faucet at the kitchen sink or in a bathroom sink for under $1,000. These are incredible deals. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. 862-5554. Mark, I know you're in construction. Have you ever heard of a water conditioning whole house for under $2,000?
It's
I mean, honest to God,
that's
really.
Amazing. Oh,
now,
it is.
When you're doing solar, you're telling me that if you're spending money on solar, you can add to that budget an extra 45% of the budget.
Correct.
For other energy efficient things and get tax credits on those items too.
That is correct.
So it's kind of, I think the spirit of the law was, if you're going to go so far as to do solar, you may as well make it work better. So they allow you to do any other energy efficient stuff, and you get up to 45% of the budget to spend on other things and still get your 26% credit. So let's talk about that. What is considered an accompanying item that would get the credit?
Okay. Insulation.
For sure.
Attic insulation. That's one of the easiest ones.
Or any windows.
Right. Windows. A lot of people, if your windows are
siding.
10 years old, siding, as long as we can make sure we can up your energy efficiency.
Even roofing.
And roofing, and again, you have to have a roof that's less than 10 years old. So, again, let's say you had a hailstorm, you didn't have your deductible money, or you had an ACV instead of an RCV.
Right, and you had actual cash value, you didn't have enough.
You don't have enough money.
You can add that to your solar.
You could add that to your solar. You're going to get 26% off, and plus you can also finance all that.
See, this is incredible. So if anyone is looking for that, we want you to know that Genesis Solar can do that. They can add 45% of the budget to other things that you still get a tax credit on. Now, let's keep going. Alex, I want to make this very quick. You said Ready Roofers did a bad job. They put a lien on the house because they weren't paid. The reason they weren't paid, you say the job sucks. However, you're going to have to prove that in order to get the lien removed. Blake Harris urged you to call him because he says he has some ideas, and he is an estate attorney, of course, Blake Harris Law, and you can trust him. He'll give you a free consultation, and I just want you to know he has our blessings, and he can probably work out a way to get that, to fight that lien, especially if you have experts saying it's bad, okay? Alex, I hope she's there. Okay, talk to her if she's there, please, and give her the information on Blake Harris. Now, Michael wants to clarify something with tax credits. Go ahead on solar tax credits. Michael, what do you want to clarify, sir?
Well, it's been a little while, but Tom, you had made some comment about, in regard to the 26% tax credit, you had made a comment about everyone, and I don't want to misquote you, but everyone pays taxes of some sort, and they could take advantage of that.
I said most everyone does, yes. I mean, they pay some tax for something where they can carry it forward 5 years. Of course, if you don't pay tax, you're never going to benefit.
Well, that's what I want to clarify, because that's actually what many solar people say to sell it. And in the end, if someone has no taxable income, they then have no ability to take a 26% income tax credit.
Ever. That's right. They can never take it. That's right.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Now, okay, because it wasn't said accurately, I just wanted to make sure.
Well, it wasn't said accurately. I said most everyone can benefit from a tax credit. Now, I may not have the statistics, but I was kind of guessing that most everyone will pay taxes, and it's the minority that doesn't pay tax. But the way the Biden administration is going, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe most everyone doesn't pay tax, but I doubt that. But, yeah.
Do you mind if I say one other thing?
Sure, and I was just joking about that. Go ahead, yes.
Oh, no, and I'm sorry, I think I may not have heard everything you said. It bleeped on me a little bit. But also with one thing, and I've been in the solar industry before, and I got out for specific reasons, and what I'm talking about does have to do with that. Words mean something, and when your guest says 26% off, those are awful words to use.
That's right.
No one gets 26% off. You get a tax credit if you have the tax liability.
Yes, that's exactly right. That in fact, we've had some complaints, and I brought that up, from people who will never benefit from that 26%. It's not 26% off. But really, if you are paying taxes, it is 26% off if you're paying taxes, because you do get a dollar for dollar credit. I mean, and that's a lot of money for some people. If you're paying tax
off of your liability.
Yeah, it really is. It's really good to have if you're paying tax. And I think you're right. They're probably, based on the complaints we've gotten, there are probably some people that don't state that properly, and they sell it to elderly people on Social Security that aren't paying tax.
And and we want to make sure that's clear that, you're not going to get a check from the government for 26% of this if you don't pay any taxes.
No, you're not.
It's a reduction in taxes.
Yeah. Now, you can go forward, but you can't go back, right?
Correct.
With the tax credit, right. All right. Chris, let's talk to you about your RV. What's going on, Chris? Are you there, Chris? I guess Deputy Dan hasn't been doing checking on these lines here. Okay, Chris was not there. Let's take another Chris. Go ahead, Chris. Are you there, Chris? Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. What's going on, Chris?
I'm the guy you were talking about the fence there, and the
Yes.
ILC. And
Yeah,
the
they
survey.
hold on. I want to. So there was no permit, and you had an improvement survey, but not a regular survey. What I don't understand is, was the improvement survey done when you bought the home?
Not to my knowledge.
So when did you do the improvement survey?
Friday. I received it Monday. Yesterday, the information from it.
Okay. How did they do?
In response.
In order, let me just explain something to you. In order to do an improvement survey, they have to do a regular survey first. In other words, they wouldn't know what an improvement survey tells you where the improvements on the property are in relation to the boundaries. So therefore, in order to have an improvement survey, you have to know what the regular boundaries are. So you do have a survey within that improvement survey. Does the improvement survey show that your fence is on your property?
No, it shows on the west side, the walkway down to the park next to me, the park easement. It shows that about 5 or 6 feet of my driveway at the head is actually on property of the city, and that I would need to take out 6 feet of my neighbor's front yard to the east.
So it's misplaced. In other words, it's showing that your driveway is misplaced and is on the public right of way, or excuse me, not the public. It's called a park. It's called a park. It's really not. I shouldn't say it. It's not really a park. You have to grant certain land to cities when you develop, and they call them parks, but they're not. They're just a park dedication. But what you're saying is, according to that survey, your driveway has to be shifted over onto the neighbor's property. Is that right?
Yes.
How long has that driveway existed like that?
Probably since the house was built in 73.
Yeah. Then most likely that can be adjusted at the county, and your neighbor wouldn't complain, and the county shouldn't complain. You should ask the county to have the lot line adjusted. Many of them will do that for you because it's been in existence so long. Or you could just go and do an adverse possession. But the point is, right now, is anyone complaining about your driveway?
No.
Okay. So what's the big deal at this point?
I'm trying to permit the fences, and because the lot lines are incorrect, I'm running into issues with talking to the city planners.
But when you say I don't understand what you mean. The lot lines are incorrect. The lot lines are the lot lines. How are they incorrect?
The city plan shows from a 6-foot offset from the street, they show a total distance of 60 feet from that point to the face of my garage.
Yeah.
The actual distance is 78 feet. So there's actually 18 feet unaccounted for, and that shifts my fence line and everything. They're telling me my fence should be 15 foot off the face of my house, but the actual current location is 38 feet, and I guess according to the survey, it should be 33.
Golly. So the city has a survey that doesn't match what you have. What you need, listen, Chris, you need to hire someone to do a certified survey of your land, okay? It's your responsibility, just like it would be the county's responsibility to do theirs. You have to do a certified survey, and simply then hold on, and I have the solutions. If you just hang on, okay? It's not that difficult if these have been long existing.
Liberty Mutual Insurance. About 30 seconds, ideal, and your rest.
And we're back with Limo, Emo, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limo, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. If you need a loan, Ideal is there, and Ideal has features no other lender gives you. For example, they're direct mortgage lenders to begin with, so their normal pricing is usually lower, their rates are usually lower, but you can check it out yourself. Ideal has no problem with you comparing so long as you use them as one of the comparison points. In fact, they'll take a look at your loan, whatever it is, whoever it's with. Right now, if you're in application and you're being processed, it's not too late to change if you're not happy where you are. They also have the interest rate guarantee, so if you close and rates go down, they will refinance you free of charge. Then they have credit optimization. Even though you are approved, they still can help you get even better credit tiers and better pricing by maybe paying down one balance here or there by just a few bucks. Check them out, idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000. You've heard me talk about Zero Res and how amazing they clean. And one of the reasons they clean the way they do is because of the empowered water. It's a patented process. No soaps, no emulsifiers, no chemicals of any kind. The water gets through and cleans everything and dries quicker, and there's no residue to attract any other dirt. So your carpets stay cleaner longer. I'm living proof. I use Zero Res. I absolutely love it. Right now, their special is 3 rooms for $109. ZeroResDenver.com. They also do upholstery, by the way, and tile and grout with the same patented water and outstanding results. Very gentle on upholstery, but gets them clean. 3 rooms, $109. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150.
Hey there, plumbers. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PAX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years, serving over 40,000 happy customers. Repiped in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage.
The worst thing I did in the world is to give my kids debit cards. I wanted them to experience, seriously, experience budgeting money and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing okay, but God almighty, do they always have trouble. I don't know why, but they always have trouble with it working or.
That's
I don't know. Well, I think it's them. It's just overdrawn a lot. I think the concept of I want to keep track of every transaction,
right.
And I don't think that's that's important to me, that they know what the fuck they're spending money on. That's really important.
The expert I call for roofing advice is Excel Roofing, the first roofer on.
Really important.
I'm 25.
Oh, that's.
I know I can rely on Excel's advice.
It's a good life lesson right there.
Yeah, if they can just, and then every time I want to log on to this piece of shit, they have to send me a code because it's 2-step verification, and I do that because I don't want them doing it.
Yeah.
I want them to.
Excel also has a full-service repair department. They can help you with any roof problem. And get this, most roofers ask for money up front, and that's where most problems
start. American Express
when they don't show up or do bad work.
They're very
Excel, you don't get a cent until you're content. 303.
I just need to find out why her card's not working.
761-6400 or excelroofing.com.
This is Dan Patrick. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes AG.
Executives from the college football playoff have authorized conference commissioners to proceed with talks for expansion to a 12-team format. In Major League Baseball, Kyle Freeland will take the hill tonight against the Mariners. The Rockies lefty holds a 9.58 ERA in 5 starts this season. And Lodeworks Brewing will temporarily rebrand its Juicy Bits New England IPA to the Somber Shuffle, named after Nuggets big man Nikola Jokic's signature move.
Sounds like what I have to do for this.
Suffer from lead foot, the goosebumps.
Son that was in the hospital. I picked up yesterday.
Visit MBUSA.com/IMG and find out from Mercedes.
You're 33 years old.
Right for you. Mercedes AMG, driving performance.
Hey, this is Dane Kaplan.
What did I ask before?
10 seconds.
Oh, he had some. He's an alcoholic. Just so he was kind of in this week-long rehab.
Denver's talk station, available on over 2,000 devices.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Free market valuations of your home based on real selling. Frank Duran, the Real Estate Man, 303-920-1622. I have an email for solar, genesissolarco.com, and they want to know on solar, the performance guarantee, do they have to submit their electric bills quarterly, or how does it work?
No, it's at the end of the year. Everything gets gathered in, and that's
and
how
now,
it's done.
so how do you keep track what the solar system is producing? Does it have a meter on it?
Yeah, it's actually an app and everything. So
you know what your solar system is producing.
Correct.
And you know how much the meter is kicking in, or the electric company?
Correct. Yep.
Now, on most systems, do you design them so you don't use any electricity?
Well, that's your goal, and you actually go for over because, what's happening in the future? Again, are we going to be adding cars? Do you want a battery wall so when you come home, you plug your car into a battery, a Tesla Power Wall?
Okay.
We can do that.
So you can add battery storage?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so most systems don't have a problem meeting the needs of a house.
Most don't. Some, I think the lowest we've seen is about 80%. So, they can only reach 80% of the bill. That's all the room they had on the roof to get enough panels that would be efficient enough.
All right. And I have another one on site surveys we'll do in a minute here. 303-713-TALK. So, bottom line is this. On the fence, Chris, did we leave off with Chris here, I think? Yeah, Chris. All right, so Chris, you basically this, okay? We've been involved with a lot of these. When you have crazy mixed up surveys and property lines and improvements, here's what you have to do. Someone has to step off the dime and spend the money for a certified survey. Once the survey is done, then you have to now make sure that improvement survey you have wasn't based on a certified appraiser survey. I don't think it was. You want a survey that goes back to a monument to verify it. Once you get that survey, and here's what's funny is Genesis, you tell me almost every home improvement requires now a survey.
It's getting crazy. I mean, we did a basement in Denver, and we did nothing on the outside. They already had their egress
basement,
window, and they said, "Oh, we want a new survey."
A survey.
Yes.
Even though you were doing a basement right underneath the house.
Right. Yes. Did not.
Now, when you do a survey, you call an engineering company. Do you do what's called a certified monumental one? Do they have to go back to ground zero, or do they go off the most latest one in the neighborhood?
The most latest one.
Most of them will. If you have recent surveys in your neighborhood, they'll just go off of those and then make their way to your house. But if all of them are old or they kept being redone, they have to go back to a monument or two to verify everything going forward. And unfortunately, it's the latest one to have that done that pays for it. Once that's done, you're not going to have a problem getting lot line adjustments. No one is going to expect you to move your house or garage or driveway unless you did something egregious without permits in recent history. If something's been there more than 12 years, most likely you can get, and it was open and everyone knew it and no one complained, you shouldn't even have to go through a full adverse possession. It's called a lot line adjustment. You start somewhere. I think at the county planning department, or they're going to push you around to it. You'll get the right person. In every county, it's different. But you start at the building department or the planning department, and you say, "Listen, I have a survey, and my driveway's been in the wrong place for years and years and years and years. I need a lot line adjustment. Where do I start?" At least start somewhere. Or you call a county commissioner, assistant, or someone in the office. But once you get the person, then you apply, and usually it's a rubber stamp and they say yes. No one usually complains because the adjacent owners, they don't care. It's been like that for years, right? Now, every once in a while, you'll get something crazy, like a neighbor that says, "Oh, I didn't realize I have an extra 10 feet here. I want that 10 feet. And then you have to do an adverse possession action. And you will most likely win. It's almost impossible to go back after 12 years and say, I never intended this to happen. And ignorance is not an excuse. The neighbor can't say, well, I didn't even know I had this 10 feet. Otherwise, I would have taken it. Well, it's their job to know it. That's why everyone should get surveys whenever a property changes hands. Okay? Now, thank you, Tom. So get a really good start with a really good engineering company. In fact, some of those engineering companies also know how to do lot line adjustments for you. But would you do me a favor, Chris? And I like to update my knowledge base. And since I've not been involved in a lot line adjustment and a monumental survey for a while, keep me informed. You can write to us, help@troubleshooter.com, or drop us a voicemail, 303-Martino, because I'd like to increase my knowledge on what happens to you. Thomas, I understand that you're in a bit of a hurry. What's going on, man? What can we do for you? And I just want to tell everyone, I'll get to your calls. What's going on, Thomas?
Just basically, I think I'm being screwed by Intoxalot.
Okay, are you ordered to do this by the courts?
Yes.
How many DUIs did you have?
2.
And when was the most recent one, Thomas?
2016.
Okay. How long will you continue to be required to have it?
Until May of 2023.
Okay, 2016. Wow, that's a lot. Why do they require so much?
Well, that's my fault because I kept messing up. And you blow 3 hot ones in a 12-month period, they add another year.
Okay. Because of okay, now, what are you saying? Are you saying it's not working properly?
No, the problem is I went on the 6th of this month to renew my driver's license, and come to find out, my license has been suspended since October 2019 because Intoxalot did not send my lease, my paperwork, to motor vehicle. So all the time I've been driving thinking I had a license, and I don't have a license, but I'm paying Interlock so I can have a license.
All right. Can they send it now? Did you call Interlock and ask them to send it?
Yes, they sent it Friday of last week.
Okay. And how is this affecting you?
Well, now I can't drive. I have to get a ride back and forth to work.
Yeah, but why? Why couldn't the state see that Interlock made the mistake?
That's a good question. I don't know. And they're not trying to do nothing about it. The only thing they told me is we're sorry that all this has happened. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, but do they say they will get it fixed, Thomas, or are they basically saying you lost your license too late, you're not going to get it back? Because that sounds ridiculous to me.
Yes, now I can get my license back, but I have to do the whole process over. I got to do the eye test, the written test, and the driver's test all over again.
Because it was suspended for that long?
Yes, over 2 years.
But even though it wasn't your fault?
Yes. So now I'm missing work because I have to take off to go reinstate, take the driver test, and all this. I'm just missing a lot of...
But at least, hold on. But the state is not holding this against you, right?
Not that I know of. They just said since it's been over 12 months, I have to repeat the whole process all over again.
You know, I think we have someone at Motor Vehicle. I'm not sure. Dan, do you know if we have an angel at Motor Vehicle? Do we have someone there?
I don't think we do.
Oh,
no.
Man, I'm trying to figure out. So, an Interlock, there's nothing they can do for you?
No. The only thing they said they could do for me was take $80 off of my monthly bill, and that's the only thing they can do.
Wait, $80 off your monthly bill?
Yes, that's it.
Well, hold on. That's a lot. For how long? Until the end of this thing?
No, just a one-time deal.
Oh, my God, a one-time thing. That's nothing.
Yeah, so my license has been suspended because of them for 19 months. And it all comes around to $2,300 that I've been paying thinking I've had a license, and I haven't had a license.
Yeah, but you've been using it. You've been using it, and your car's been starting. I mean, that's the point. Hold on. I mean, you can't say you didn't get value out of it. That's not going to work. Hold on.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report.
Yeah, my sister and I had to do a lot line adjustment for a property we own up in Park County.
They do it.
And it was
easy.
It was easy.
Right.
We had to get a survey.
If something's existed a long time, there's no way that they make you, you're going to have to move that driveway. They don't do it. Now, if somebody was egregious and just went ahead, like his fence, they'll have to take that son of a bitch down. They don't care about that. He did it without permission, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we have a cabin up there, and we've known our neighbors for 75 years. I mean, through the family and generations. And, it just took a little bit. They took it over to Park County. And they approved it. It was done. It's kind of strange.
I got a spot coming up.
Okay.
Well, I want to tell you that Rocky Mountain IV Medics is a slam dunk. Everyone should be calling. Well, I'm going to tell you who should be calling. First, if you get IV therapy at these stores, these IV bars, these places where you go for IV drip, you should do it at home, the same price. So why would you go anywhere else? Just get it at home. That's for sure. Then what about you who haven't tried IV therapy? If you have migraines, hangovers, you're sick, maybe you even have COVID, whatever it is, you can get help. It's the most common therapy. Hydration, vitamins. I get NAD, which is a cellular rejuvenation. I do it monthly. It's a slam dunk for you too. RockyMountainIVMedics.com. I highly recommend them. You will thank me for it. 720-987-2155. Call or text. Same-day appointments are available even. 720-987-2155. Even early morning and evening appointments. 720-987-2155. Harris Family Law is the place to call for family law, for divorce, for mediation, for all things divorce-related. But the best part is that they don't turn up the heat and they don't waste your money with legal fees. They look for an efficient, low-conflict way to resolve everything. And they even get other attorneys on board. It's called collaborative law. Find out more from Harris Family Law. Also, they will do unbundled services. They'll do as much or as little as you want them to do for your divorce. Find the new way of doing this, the best way, harrisfamilylaw.com, 303-515-5000, 515-5000. I take it I have room to. Thank you. What, you don't have a bladder, you son of a bitch?
I went once.
I've been keeping track. Okay.
We did this lot line adjustment.
Yeah.
The surveyor, the piece of paper, the big ones that, like, if you go to the county and you want to look up, I mean, it was like 2 feet by 3. I mean, it was a big sheet of paper.
Right.
Took that into the bank to get it notarized. She'd never seen something like that before, but said, well, just do your thing and notarize it.
Right.
So I signed it, my sister signed it, and we're good to go.
That's good.
Yeah. And gave it back to the realtor.
Right.
Because our neighbor has 2 cabins on his property, and he was selling one, but since he was selling one, they had to come back in and resurvey, and it was kind of like one of those.
How much acreage?
What's that?
How much space do you have? How many acres do you have?
Oh, it's not very big. It's pretty small. So we gave him like 10 feet at the top, and that he wanted, and then at the bottom, the lot's kind of pie shaped, and so we just readjust it a little bit. And it was about $1,200, $1,300.
Right.
By the time because you had to pay the recording fees at Park County and all that stuff. But
yeah, for us to do a survey right now, we've been paying around $2,000 to $2,500.
Wow.
Just for a survey.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I think this survey company was an engineering firm out of Evergreen.
Oh.
Could have been. It was last fall, so I don't remember all the stuff.
Right. So if he's not back, who's going on me?
He'll be back.
Right.
I forgot that Steve guy. He's the heating company and the tools stolen from his van.
Don't tell me you're going to make me do a code again, you pen.
Every time it logs out.
Just need to make sure it's you, Tom. So you see that last one from Chris, the Camping World one?
Yeah.
Can't think of the guy's name. He's on TV. It's, The Prophet. I think he's a big investor in Camping World.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that show.
That show where he goes around and helps businesses, try and get them back on track and stuff. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's talk. We have Genesis Solar with us, or Genesis Total Exteriors, also Genesis Solar he does, and site surveys. What is involved if someone wants to know about their site?
What do you mean?
Well, they want to know, is it viable for solar? Are there too many trees?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that. How much can they generate? How can you tell that?
Well, so what happens is we just take a utility bill, and then we have a service that we use, and they do the whole layout on the whole property and where we put the panels. And
wait a minute. So they can see the roof line, right, from imagery software.
Exactly.
And they literally can measure how many panels.
How many panels, and then we can up it and down it, or we can change locations and everything, because you might say, well, I don't like my panels there, so what happens if we move them over here?
Do they have to be on a roof? Can you do a platform somewhere?
We do a platform. You can do, out in the yard. You can do, some, if you have enough property to do that, sure.
And if homeowners, do you work with the associations if you need to?
Yes.
All right. Yep. So they do the site survey. How long will it take?
It takes about 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yep.
And it doesn't cost anything?
It does not cost anything. We just need a utility bill. One utility bill, and you get it over to our office, and we can come to your house.
Like,
and do it
they can email you the utility bill.
They can email us the utility bill, or we can
and then the address, and all of it's done remotely.
Everything's done remote.
And then what's the next step?
And then then we'll put a proposal together for them.
Right. Okay. And can you choose to do just a smaller system for augmentation rather than a whole system?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Now, Thomas, listen, we checked with our attorneys and all that. Now, here's what they're saying, okay? With Interlock, it was on your car. It was operating. Yes, your license was suspended, and it was their fault, but they still provided the service. I don't think you're going to be lucky. I don't think you're going to. Now, if you weren't driving, if they had prevented you from driving all that time, you may have had a case if you lost as a result of not driving. But you were able to catch it. And how long is it going to take you to get your license right now?
I have to take my written test this Friday.
I believe were they the ones that were supposed to supply the information to motor vehicle?
Yes.
I believe you can while I don't think you can get the past 2 years, I think just personally, and this is not legal advice, but I think if you have experienced a loss as a result of having to retake your test and time off of work and stuff, I would sue them in small claims court for those losses because they breached their agreement with you by not providing the proper notification to motor vehicle. Do they acknowledge in an email or anything that they dropped the ball?
They did, yes.
Okay. Now, Interlock, the actual company, do you know where they're headquartered?
It's not in Colorado.
Yeah, but they may have a registered agent here.
Yes, I've been looking it up, and I have found 3 different locations out here.
Okay, now I'm not talking about a location, but here's what you want to look at. And it's the Interlock device. It's actually called Interlock, right? That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I want to make absolutely sure that they were the ones that were supposed to notify DMV. And if they dropped the ball, then I think if you lost any money as a result of this, they might be responsible. Now, small claims court goes up to $7,500. I would do the small claims in the county they're located, wherever the registered agent is, and I would where did you have it installed? I go there. I would go where I had it installed, and I would serve that place because that place, how do you know that place reported it properly to Interlock?
Because I've talked to them, and they told me that it wasn't the installer's fault. It was the person sitting behind the desk.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm surprised. Well, why don't you just ask them to pay for your damages? What damages have you had so far?
It's just loss of wages. That's it.
How much?
It's about $800.
You know what? Would Deputy Dollar, take a stab at this. We want to call for you and say we want to reason with them that they now, as a result of their negligence, you really have lost money, and I want to see if they'll volunteer something. Let's just try. And if not, we can at least maybe get some information about their corporate presence.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, $800 is nothing to sneeze
right,
at.
Exactly. So we're going to help you with the first steps, okay, Thomas?
Great.
Hang on and make sure we have your information. Dan, get that for Deputy Dollar. Deputy Dollar, did you hear back from this spay clinic at all?
Not yet. Left him a voicemail around 11. And
let's use it. Let's drop another message for them. This kind of sucks. Now, 303-713-TALK. Steve, what's going on with you, Steve? What's happening?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry for the wait, man. What's going on?
Not a problem. I had 888 heating over to my house this last Friday.
Yes.
They installed the heater, air conditioner, and home humidifier.
Yes.
They did a fantastic job.
Good.
But the installer, his name is LJ, some sleazebag stole what he says about $5,000 out of the back of his van.
Oh, no. He lost his tools?
Somebody, I'm beside myself. He was ripped. He took off.
All right, hold on. I'll tell you what, Steve, let me give you more time on this. Hold on. Let's see what we can do with this guy. Hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
Okay, Now, you said Mile High and QC?
Hey, Scott, I got his number. Should we just let him go and you'll call him later?
Yeah, let him call. Yeah, he'll call him later.
Yeah, I got to kind of research this interlock, where their offices are. There's could be a lot of companies with interlock.
I want to tell you how to use your whole house fan properly. I am such a big believer in QCColorado.com. Now, I've put it in 2 homes, all right? Now, you have to wait till it cools down a little outside. It doesn't matter how hot your house gets, because while it's cooling on down outside, you're waiting. And when it cools to where it's cooler out than it is inside, you turn on that, and it just blows all that hot air out. And then your air conditioner will work less. So when you get home from work, you can wait a little while, turn your air on, then you wait a little while until it cools down, then put QC on, or you put QC on all night or in the morning. My air conditioner in all works about 10% of the time. In another house, it works 20% or 25% of the time. I am saving money. I have fresh, cool air. QCColorado.com. The whole house fan is the way to go. And to learn how it works, I have a cool article in my consumer magazine, 303consumer.com. You can read about QC Colorado with diagrams and how it works. Call for your appointment. No wiring in the walls. It's all remote controlled. It's less than 2 hours to install. 303-800-3419, 800-3419. So on this show today, you've heard Blake Harris more than once even. Blake Harris is BlakeHarrisLaw.com for your estate planning needs. Everyone needs them, even if you have just some medical directives or a simple will. That's all. He charges accordingly. Flat rates. The good thing is you can ask him any question you want through your life. He becomes your counselor. I call him all the time, 833-ASK-BLAKE. And he'll tell you what you need and when you need it. And then when you have it executed, he charges flat rates. It couldn't be easier. BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE. And one final note, the 10 most common mistakes you make in estate planning. Download the article in my consumer magazine. The digital copy can be found at 303consumer.com. You know, my kids, since they're little bitty kids, I've been on the fucking air, yet they call me and write to me and ask me questions while I'm on the air every day. Every day. I love them, but every day they do this.
The phone call is the weird one. I guess I can see a text.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh my God, every day. Not every day, but.
Quote an interlock system my car. Chat with us. You can get a quote.
Hands are full. Our experts can give you the help you need by custom configuring Apple products like the iPad and Mac, so they're ready to go right out of the box. Your employees get highly secure devices that feel familiar and operate intuitively, and you'll benefit from easy onboard management that frees up your hands for other projects. What is this? IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Apple at Work.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Super Pet Kit, and it is amazing. These super thick dogs pick up
and talks a lock thing.
Just look
It's
at all
like,
that.
refer a friend.
Just one swipe.
I hear they're really expensive.
Yeah, they are. Unfortunately, my son's going to have to get one in his car. He's kind of in the same boat
You're right.
as the caller, where he lost his license. Still drive a little bit.
Denver's Talk Station. Sign up for our
You may
newsletter
have to get
email now at
retake the test and all that stuff.
Breaking news, weather, sports, and more from our community. That's khal.com/newsletter.
I'm Tom Martino,
your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Steve, the guy was doing a heating and air system for you from 888 Heating. Thank you for using referralist.com, by the way. So, they came out, and the guy that did the great job, you said, he lost all of his tools. So, while he was in your house, his truck was robbed?
Yes. Sitting out I opened my driveway for him, but he didn't want to do it because they don't want to have oil drips on your driveway, which I said, yeah, I won't care about that. But it's on the street. He's doing his job in the basement, and oh, you know what? They threw a wireless remote for my to control the heater. They threw it in on the deal.
Wow!
Can you believe that?
Wow.
Well, they did a fantastic job, and the girlfriend.
I'm really listen, man. I'm really sorry that this happened. So, what did you want us to do?
I was hoping that there would be some way to make a tool replacement fund for this man. He makes his living doing that, and that's damn it.
Okay.
That takes a long time to build up those tools.
And if they were in, how did they get in his van? Did he leave it unlocked?
I don't know. They're thieves. Thieves took it. How do thieves steal stuff? I don't know.
Okay, I'm just curious. The van was parked outside. He was doing the furnace. When he came out, all his tools are gone.
Yep, he told me. I don't know, plus or minus, but he says stole $5,000 of my tools, and he was very cordial with me. But man, I could just tell he wanted to cuss.
Does he have insurance? Do you know?
I don't know, but you guys deal with them. And I was just hoping that maybe you could find out.
Yeah, we can.
If there's an insurance.
No. I'll have Mark reach out to them and let's see what we can do for the guy. I mean, sure, I'd love to help him, but and that's very thoughtful of you. I would like to know. You would think that they would have insurance on tools like that, but we'll check it out to find out. And thank you. You were kind enough to not just call, but to wait a long time to talk about that. So, that tells me something. Don's got an update on Air Canada. I'm not sure now exactly. I gotta think of this problem. Does anyone recall this problem? With who is it? Marty worked on it. Smarty Pants. Don, fill us in on this, brother. What was this about?
Well, I had a dispute with Air Canada.
I got it right here. 3 tickets to Rome. If you could be so kind as to hang on, because I want to hear the update. There were 3 tickets to Rome. The sister-in-law was in on it. Okay, you guys had some credit coming. Let's figure this out. I'm Tom Martino. We'll talk to him after the break to find out what's going on with that.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Today is the day to take control of your health. Start each day with Grainberry cereals. I'm Peter Harris with breaking news. Our Grainberry cereals are packed with tons of plant-based fiber and more than 6 times the amount of antioxidants found in blueberries. Great tasting Grainberry with amazing onyx sorghum starts with lower sugar than other cereals and uses only whole grains to help slow sugar absorption, which helps manage diabetes and prediabetes. Our goal was to create healthy cereals for your family without sacrificing an ounce of flavor. Try it for yourself. Grab a box of Grainberry Bran Flakes, Honey Nut Toasted Oats, or delicious Cinnamon Frosted Shredded Wheat. You'll love the flavor and make today the day that you truly take control of your health with Grainberry.
Grainberry, Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perche. The White House may have to slide the target date it set for its vaccination goal.
The White House on Tuesday acknowledging that the U.S. will not meet President Biden's goal of having 70% of adults partly vaccinated by July 4th. 65.4% of Americans age 18 and over have at least one shot. But White House COVID-19 coordinator Jeff Zients highlighting different stats to show some goals were met.
We have already met the president's 70% goal for all U.S. adults 30 and older.
Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
The Biden administration says it supports a bill to end the disparity in sentencing guidelines between powder and crack cocaine. This is a shift for President Biden, who helped create the original law that set harsher sentences for crack. European Union regulators have launched a new antitrust investigation of Google, trying to determine if the company violated EU rules by favoring its own online display advertising technology services. This is ABC News. It's primary election day in New York City in the race for mayor, and for the first time, voters are using ranked choice voting. Eric Friedman, Assistant Executive Director for Public Affairs at New York City's Campaign Finance Board.
In each round, the candidate with the least number of votes, those ballots will be redistributed to the candidate ranked next on each of those ballots.
The Republican governor of Texas following through with his threat to state lawmakers.
When Democrats in the Texas House realized that a GOP-backed slate of election restrictions was going to pass, they walked out and...
A quorum is apparently not present. The point of order is...
Now Republican Governor Greg Abbott has made good on his promise to cut the funding for lawmakers' salaries. But Ross Ramsey of the Texas Tribune says...
The state constitution says that legislators will make $600 a month. And they'll make $600 a month whether they're funded or not.
He says it's actually the legislative staffs paying the price for the political drama. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Austin, Texas.
Alex Perche, ABC News.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Sweeper pet kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths pick up a crazy amount of hair. Just look at all that. And that was from just one swipe. And the best part? Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shedding. Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit, because shed happens.
All right, we have goat yoga lattes coming up in the yoga room. Hey, Regan, can you go
At Finley's Fitness, personal trainers shouldn't have to personally do everything.
Engage that core. That class started 2 minutes ago. I'm late. Hey, Dylan, can you...
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KHOW News Time, 103.
An Arvada Police Department officer shot and killed in the line of duty yesterday afternoon in Old Town Arvada is the 6th confirmed shooting of Colorado police officers this year. Gordon Beasley was a 19-year veteran and a school resource officer and was moved to patrol duties while school was out for the summer. Arvada Mayor Mark Williams says events are already planned to honor Officer Beasley.
The first one that's been scheduled, and I'm sure there will be more, will be at the at Peace Lutheran Church. There'll be a community prayer vigil tonight from 7 to 8 p.m.
The alleged suspect and one other person died in the shooting, which happened following a call about suspicious activity yesterday. A fire burning in northwest Colorado continues to grow at an explosive rate. The Oil Springs fire near the Utah border grew from 500 acres Sunday to over 7,000 acres yesterday. The fire was caused by lightning. A Greeley Brewing Company is naming a beer after Nugget star Nikola Jokic. Weldworks Brewing Company is selling a limited edition IPA named Somber Shuffle after the Joker's signature game time move. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by your local Ford store.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, fairly quiet on the drive around the metro area right now, but watch for a crash on eastbound 270 just east of I-25. And a stalled semi on the off-ramp from westbound I-70 to Quebec is causing some slowing there. Up north, a car that was being towed by an RV caught on fire on northbound I-25 at Highway 119. That has the right lane blocked, backing things up there. Off freeway, there's a rollover accident at Colfax and Calumet. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, a high in the mid-90s, cooling off to the mid-50s overnight tonight. It's 89 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So Ford built the cars, trucks, and SUVs of the future for everyone. Built to get through any environment. Built Ford tough and built for America. Check out Ford's complete line of cars, trucks, and SUVs at your local Ford store today.
You know, if you have a website, you can get a free analysis of how it looks online to someone who loads it, what the images do, how you show up in search engines, and it's all free at getfoundfast.com. They want you to be their client. They know what they're doing when it comes to website presence and when it comes to websites and making them Google friendly. This is a real deal. We use them. You should too. You know, there are so many people that lie in this space. Go to someone that we found to be genuine, accurate, and works. GetFoundFast.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
Check it out, Limu. A roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look! An emu wearing sunglasses!
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Now your chance to win a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword festival to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's festival to 200-200.
Come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
Media with a purpose. Solving problems, answering questions, taking your complaints. Here's Troubleshooter Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom here. Let's talk. Go to the phones and solve problems. I have Genesis with us. Genesis SolarCO.com for your solar questions. We have a few that came in over the last few hours. Also, the biggest thing is about tax credits and how, yes, you get 26% back in tax credits, providing, of course, you pay tax. That is a wonderful savings. And I think most people looking for solar systems will have the income to use the credits. If not, evaluate it for yourself. Here's the bottom line. What I love about the tax credits is you can also get tax credits on additional stuff. In other words, if you're having a solar system done, you can add to that project, right, Mark? And still get 26. You get 26% tax credit on the original solar system you put in. Then on top of that, what happens?
You get 26% off any additional items that are also energy savings.
Up to 45% of the entire project.
Correct.
So if you're spending $10,000 on a solar system, you get another $4,000 or so to spend on other stuff, and 26% of that is in tax credits. So that's incredible. That's something I have never known before.
Yeah.
Again, this is the only one I know of here offering 25% parts warranty and 25% performance warranty, where they issue checks every year based on if you hit your mark or not. They guarantee it. So Susan wants to talk about Bitcoins And we were talking about Bitcoins today, and I have been updating this website. Now it had gone down every 15 minutes. Now it went back up again. So now it's 32.8. Bitcoins are down pretty low compared to recent history. Of course, if you look at their average, they've hovered in the 30s now and then. And if you look at the max, they were up to 58,000 at one time, or 59,000. Pretty incredible, the ride they're taking. So what's going on with you, Susan?
My opinion is wait a week. They're predicting, and this is just a prediction, but it could go down to 15.
Oh, my God, that would be...
So hold off a week, because I'm also hearing the end of the year it's going to go sky high.
But why, and now, why do you think, why are they saying it would go down to 15?
It's the way the investors are playing it. The big investors, not us.
Yeah.
They manipulate it a little bit.
I wonder if any of the big institutions are investing in Bitcoin.
They are. Yes, they are.
You think so?
Oh, I'm sure they are.
They're talking about having some ETFs being allowed to use on this too. You know, where you can, an ETF group of them can buy the Doji and the Bitcoin and some of the other ones.
Yeah, I bought some of that stuff. I don't think that'll go anywhere. I bought some of that. The Doji, but I don't.
But you can go in cheaper that way.
Recommend.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The point is that I don't think it's going away. I don't think cryptocurrency will go away at all. But there are only going to be a few survivors. Now let's go to Don with that update. And again, I want to go back to the original. Don, there were 3 tickets to Rome. And as I remember, your sister-in-law got a credit for hers. But the two of you, while there was a credit issued to begin with, Air Canada recharged you for those tickets. Is that right?
Yes, for my wife and myself.
Yeah. Why did they recharge you for those tickets?
Well, after the initial dispute was settled by MasterCard or Synchrony Bank, they had 2 months to decide whether to recharge me or not.
Oh.
And near the end of that period, they charged me.
Okay, because as in any dispute, they're allowed to do that. So why are they, though? Yeah. What was the original reason for the credit? You guys canceled your trip, right?
No, we didn't cancel the trip. Actually, at the time, the trip was still on. But they never would give me the 3rd ticket for my sister-in-law.
Oh. So
that was the problem. I had paid for 2.5 tickets in actual essence.
All right.
Because they had to get a credit.
But you guys never went on the trip. Is that you guys never went on the trip? Is that right?
No, never went. No.
Okay. No, so in essence, that's why you wanted the credit, because you never went on the trip.
Well, I wanted the credit because initially I had paid for 3 tickets.
That's right.
And they charged me back for 2, like the 3rd one never existed.
Right. And you needed the 3rd one because without 3, you didn't want to do the trip.
Right, and she wouldn't fly alone.
That's right. So the reason you want a refund is because you guys never made the trip.
Correct.
Okay. So, and that's pretty obvious to me. But did they say you weren't allowed to cancel or you did not follow proper procedure? What reason did they give to resist the credit?
Actually, they never did give me a reason.
Okay, but have you been recharged?
I was recharged, and now I've been refunded.
Again, good. You've finally been refunded. Did they give you a reason for that refund?
No, I wouldn't have known it today, except that I had gone online just to check and see where the account was standing.
Okay, well, that's great news. And I know Deputy Smarty Pants was working on that for a while.
Oh, yeah, he did. He talked to the Air Canada for us.
I think that might have had something to do with it. I don't want to toot his horn more than I have to, but he's a really hard-working deputy. But, Don, thank you. It was so confusing. You see, originally they bought 3 tickets. They only got 2. They couldn't go on the trip, just 2, so then they wanted money back for those 2. And, oh, God, so then they did get the credit, but then Air Canada billed them back again, and now they got another refund. So now all is even, all is good, and you got it. So I really appreciate when people call to let us know the results. Any follow-ups, Deputy Dollar, on the calls you've made? I know you made a few, nothing really on that interlock thing. I'm not sure what we can do there, but...
Yeah, I'm still working on interlock a little bit. And then I tried the caller this morning at the, what was it, Spay Today.
Yeah, the Spay Today, Healthy Pet or something.
Yeah, and I just left another voicemail for their customer service.
And basically, that's a very simple problem. They took a $150 deposit and did not render service. So they didn't want to render service. Somehow there's bad blood there, but okay, give the money back, okay? Give the freaking money back. What I never understand is how people want to part company but then keep money for nothing. That's the part that just befuddles me. Now, Chris, what's going on with you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's going on with your RV?
So I purchased a brand new RV in March from Camping World. It's called a Thor Gemini.
It's a what kind of Gemini?
A Thor. It's a
Thor. Thor. Got it. Yeah, Thor Gemini. Yes.
Exactly. So I bought it. Brand new camper. They did an inspection when I purchased the camper at Camping World, and they found that the black water tank was leaking. So obviously a major concern. A couple other incidental stuff, and then once I took it home, I realized the coach door was not shutting properly. I cannot lock the door properly. So going down the road, I can't engage the deadbolt.
Wow.
Which is one of the main things on the camper. You're supposed to, you're not supposed to even drive the thing without that deadbolt engaged. So I keep on getting the runaround from Camping World telling me they won't get approval for getting the stuff repaired. I keep on telling them.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Chris. It's brand new. What do you mean they can't get approval?
That's my exact concern. I keep on telling them what I don't understand. It's a brand new camper I purchased. It's a $100,000 camper.
Now, wait a minute. Have you ever used it? You said you were driving down the road to take it home.
I took it home. We took it for as a dry camping trip. I shouldn't say camping trip. We took it to Taos, New Mexico on a trip for spring break with my son. We wanted to test it out and stuff. We didn't camp in it. We stayed in hotel rooms and stuff because it wasn't workable. The black water tank does not work. If you're on the couch door, if you push your body into it really hard, you can get the lock to engage, but it's not right. You have to force it really, really hard. It's not.
So hold on a second, man. So these are two simple problems. Why? I mean, to fix a black water tank and a lock, and they're telling you we can't get approval?
Yeah, it sat so I had it all arranged. We had it where it was going to be delivered on May 3rd. I delivered it to Camping World. It sat for 4 weeks without them doing anything with it whatsoever. I arranged it to have it dropped off on May 3rd, so it would be supposedly the parts were there. They could have it fixed properly.
Yeah.
I'd be on my way. 4 weeks later, they hadn't even dug into it. They're still telling me they'd have approval to determine what's leaking, why it's leaking. I said, this is a brand new tank, brand new camper with a leaking black water tank. This is not acceptable. And I just keep on getting the runaround. So they finally fixed after 8 weeks, they finally got my black water tanks repaired. But I missed 2 of my camping trips that we had planned.
Well, this is ridiculous. So what are you waiting on now? The lock?
The door. The door.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. It's got to be more complicated than that. They are How did they finally fix the black water tank then?
Me screaming and yelling at them, essentially.
All right, well, we're going to help you. We're going to help you raise some hell. Hold on a sec. We will. Ridiculous, folks. Get your calls in 303-713-TALK.
Retirement is the biggest...
I don't have the website for that Major League Baseball or the script. You don't have one, do you? Oh, crap. Okay. Let's talk about Sheridan Auto Tech and Uncle Kevin. Sheridan Auto Tech is the place to go for honest, accurate repairs when it comes to all systems, including their electrical systems now. You see, Sheridan Auto Tech bought Lakewood Auto Electrics and now can do full electrical service. You know how hard it is to get a repair shop that you can trust for electrical repairs? Uncle Kevin and his team have the skill now for maintenance, repair, and electrical issues. Great people, and you can trust him. He prides himself at being a company that people treat like family. 303-455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com. SheridanAutotech.com. Silverleaf Mortgage for your reverse loan. And let me just say, Silverleaf has something unique. Reverse loans are usually people, of course, who are older with equity. Many times their homes need a little fixing up to get ready for that appraisal. Silverleaf Mortgage has a nonprofit foundation that can help seniors fix up their home even before getting that reverse loan. They do it with a low interest loan or a no interest or a grant, depending on your need. If you're in the need of a reverse loan, if you have equity, if you're over 62, if you need a lump sum, maybe a line of credit for emergencies, just to be safe, you're not charged, by the way, on money you don't borrow if you have that line of credit for emergencies. Call them. Find out more. 720-REVERSE. 720-REVERSE.
They've been on a performance for over 10 years. Great service, great pricing, Master Rooter Plumbing. 720-434-3406. 720-434-3406.
All right, let's see. Every time I hit refresh, the price changes. Now it went down to 32.6 again. It went up to 32.8. I hit refresh every few minutes to see what's happening. I'm wondering, do you think, I don't know, how low do you think it'll go? I have no idea.
That's interesting. I mean, today it was actually down in the last 24 hours, down to 28.
Really?
In the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I would say it's going to go to 15, possibly.
Here's the problem. If it goes down to 15, what you're going to have is everyone thinking, oh, this must be bad now.
Yeah.
See, people never buy when it's low, and they always buy when it's high. They want to get on the up. Good. I don't think I'm buying yet, but I am going to buy.
You got to get it set up so the money's there, ready to go as soon as you want to pull the trigger.
Well, it's not like I'm buying a million.
You go down to Pueblo?
Just depends. I mean, we got a call for a
big enough.
If for a bathroom, we said no.
Oh no, this is for solar.
Oh, you'll go, guy. I'll go anywhere for solar.
Okay, very good. Okay, sounds good. Well, you still have Chris. You erased everything on Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
For which one?
Line 4. He said you erased.
Hold on. Let me see. I got his stuff here. Hold on. Chris was Gemini Camping World, Blackwater Tank. Oh no. I want to call this son of a bitches up there at Camping World, but we're not going to have time, right? Can you call them or not? Or do you know you have too much going on this week? Well, I want to have. You have a lot. How many do you have juggling really right now? A lot.
Really and truly, 4 or 5.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Have Deputy Doc call Camping World. The guy simply wants his fucking door lock fixed.
Okay.
Right. And he couldn't get any action.
Should I let Chris go then? And
yeah,
then
but tell him. And I'll tell him we're. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna tell him.
Well, no, you can tell him.
Okay.
I'll get off it.
That's all right. There's another one that may be coming my way.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I know.
It's busy today. Well, there's a lot of people asking about those solar credits.
I know. I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Listen, Chris, we're taking care of Chris off the air. we're getting Deputy Doc to call Camping World. You know, I will say Camping World is a pretty good operation in general, okay? In general. I think we can get them to come through. Bob, what is your question for GenesisSolarCO.com? What is your question for them on solar credits?
Well, Paul, this is Bob with Mr. Green Jeans. I had a question for him.
Yes, sir.
When my house burned down, needless to say, I'm going to be redoing it all, and I'm going to be redoing all my solar. How does the tax credit play into that if I'm the one doing the work?
Well, hold on. When you say redoing solar, did you have solar on it before?
I had solar on my house. Needless to say, I lost everything on that Cameron Peak fire, so I'm going to be redoing it.
I just have a question, though. If you do more than one system, do you get your tax credit again?
I'm going to have to look into that.
First of all, you're asking a question, but I even had another one. Like, you're asking, what if you do the work yourself? My question is, what if you already took a credit? Maybe it's only good one in every so many years? I don't even know. Have you ever looked into that part of it?
I mean, I personally don't know yet either.
Bob, who did your system before?
I actually did it myself last time, and it turned out excellent.
And did you take tax credits last time?
Yes, and that was approximately 5 years ago.
Well, did you take it on the equipment purchase?
Yes.
That's what I would think if you did it yourself. I don't know how I mean, really, when you give a price for credits, it includes everything, right?
Right.
Mark, it includes, labor and materials, everything,
correct.
Right?
Yes.
And then the tax credit's figured off of that.
Correct. That is correct. Yep.
I don't know how that would work, Bob, but we could find out. And again,
I would think a tax accountant is who you need to call.
Yeah,
okay.
Like your labor's worth something, Bob,
Yes.
But when it comes to tax credits, did you understand, I don't know how often you can take them, but we can figure that out. And if you're allowed to take them, did you hear about that other thing? If you use a solar company with a contract and he can add 45% of the price of that project to other things at your house, and you can get tax credits on those things too, Bob.
Can I get in on that if I do that one?
I don't know if you can do it yourself and get in on it. I don't see why not, but I don't know. I mean, what Mark said is you have to show that the solar system is being done, and then 45% of that is being spent on auxiliary stuff. That's also for energy efficiency, and then it's all taken together, and you get 25 or 26% credit on all of it.
Okay.
I'm asking the internet right now, how often can you take solar tax credits? I don't know, actually. I don't know the answer, but if you listen, we'll try to get an answer. You cannot technically claim the solar tax credit twice if you own a home. However, you can carry over unused amounts for 5 years. And it says if you own more than one home with solar, you may be eligible. This is weird. You may be eligible for more than one home with solar. In this case, contact your tax professional. I don't know. It seems to me, though, I mean, you can't do, can you do a solar system like every year? It doesn't sound like you can.
I would assume not, but then again, you get over your usage, too. So you have to stay within reason of your usage. I think you go over 20% as a Excel.
What do you mean?
Well, okay, so each utility allows you to go so much over what your current usage is. So, overages. So again, if you're using...
in other words, they won't pay you for more.
Right, they're going to pay you for some more, but each utility company is different. So Excel is 20%.
So if you produce, in other words, if you produce more than 20% of your need,
right,
they don't allow it.
Well, they're not
going to use it.
They'll use it, but you're not going to get any credit for it.
Okay.
So
how does it work now? You get net metering. Whatever you feed back, you get paid for.
Correct.
Really?
Yes.
So that can amount to pretty good payment.
The same thing. It happens once a year. Consequently, if you're using more electricity during the summer with your AC hours and keep your house cool than you do in the winter, then it all averages out, and then at the end of the year, you come to the end.
Okay, so at the end of the year, theoretically, could you end up with a check from Xcel Energy?
Yes, that can happen.
And plus, not only a check from them, but plus lower energy all year.
Well, yeah, maybe you didn't even pay anything for energy all year. Just some small administrative fees.
Brian, what's going on with you, Brian? Welcome. Brian? Brian, yes, you have land. You want to talk about land. What's going on, sir?
Hey, Tom, can you hear me all right?
I can, sir.
Okay. The question I have is I have a vacant joint piece of land that I had with a current ex-friend of mine we used for hunting. And we had a falling out about 4 years ago on it. And
how much land is it? How much land is it, Brian?
20 acres. It's 20 acres.
Okay, and you owned it together, each equal half? Did you buy it like halvesies?
Yeah, we went halves on it, and we just did a quick claim deed, 50-50 kind of a deal.
Okay.
And there wasn't. Our plans were to build another cabin. We had a cabin previously for like 10 years, and we sold and bought this piece of land. But anyways, the problem is we have joint tenancy too, and so I just got a call from a title place saying that he's selling his half to some other guy, and I'm like,
wait a minute, I don't think you can do that with joint tenancy. I think you only do that with tenants in common.
Yeah, and see that's the problem is I've even talking to
hold on. We got to get our real estate attorney, man. Brian, we can help you with our real estate attorney. This is exactly why we need Brad O'Brien. And one of the things we do, by the way, when I do commercials for Brad O'Brien, one of the things he stresses, if you buy something together with someone and you're not marrying them, that you need a special partnership agreement. So do you have any partnership agreement?
No, like I said, we had a cabin before. We never had any issues at all.
Got it. But Brian, are you sure? Are you sure you own this as joint tenants, joint tenancy?
Yes, sir. I 1,000%. I know it's joint tenancy.
Okay, and you have no agreement, and you heard he's selling what, 50% of it?
Yeah, he's selling his 50% to another guy, and it's just kind of
that sounds weird to me because you have undivided. I believe joint tenancy is an undivided interest, and tenants in common, I believe, is the opposite. So hold on, hey, Dano, are you trying to get our real estate attorney? I think he is. You see, unfortunately, he doesn't multitask like Sue's because he has a male brain. A female brain can juggle 50,000 things, but a male brain, they get onto something and then, So hold on, Brian. We'll try to get him on there. Ants, if you could let him know we need Brad O'Brien, that would be good. Let's go to another Brian about overdraft. What's going on with you, Brian?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
What's happening?
I had thought I closed out an account, credit and checking / everything else. I thought I had closed all my accounts out.
Yeah.
Then 3.5 years later, I receive a letter saying I owe them $245.
All right. Did you have overdraft on it?
That's what they're saying I did, but I never received anything prior to that.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're not required. I mean, it's nice, but if they discover you owe money, they can bill you for it. They just have to show you. I mean, is it possible that you wrote a check you didn't have money for? I mean, it's easy to go back and see. Don't they have the past statements available?
They did kind of go through some stuff saying, did you make a purchase here? Did you make a purchase? Yeah, I don't know. It was
See, Brian, listen, if you didn't keep track of it, it's going to be a problem. But your initial question was this. If you didn't know anything about it, you thought you closed everything was fine until suddenly the bill showed up. Can they do that? Yes, they can. They can do that 3 years from now. They can do that 4 years from now. They can do that 5 years from now. They can't do that after 6 years. Okay? Debt settlement has to be done within 6 years of incurring the debt in Colorado, or they can't use the courts to recover. But yes, they can come after you and say, listen, by the way, you owed us $250 on that account. Now, it may not be the best accounting practices that they didn't notify you first or talk to you, but they can do it, man. They really can. The question I think you really need to ask is, is it realistic that you maybe overdrew it? Do you have any of your old statements?
No, I don't. And like I explained to the gentleman I talked to, I had my wallet stolen back around that time. And I wasn't too worried about it because I thought all my accounts were closed. And then he was naming off, did you make this purchase? Did you make this purchase? I'm like, I don't know, man. It was like 3.5 years ago. And my wallet was stolen, and I thought everything was closed. So
I get it. I get it. And I know that is puzzling you, why you didn't hear anything. How long ago was your last communication with that bank before this?
It was right when I paid off my credit card bill with them.
When?
So about going on 4 years ago.
4 years. And they just, see, they must have done an audit, Brian. If I were you, I would have them supply you with the statements, okay, and then go over them. But yes, they can do it.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW. An iHeart radio station. Available.
Number though?
I'll give him the.
One for music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he have? I don't understand this.
Wait, no, he says he does have it. He says he can't get a hold of it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. He says he's still trying to get a hold of it.
No, that's okay. If he can't get a hold of it, we'll have it back on tomorrow.
All right. The Granite Liquidators Fuller, about 45 seconds.
270 just east of I-25 has been cleared. There's still some volume flowing both eastbound and westbound 270 through Commerce City. And the FedEx semi got tangled up with a stalled UPS semi on the off-ramp from westbound I-70 to Quebec. Northbound Quebec completely blocked at I-70, and you can only go southbound on Quebec from I-70, so that's a good spot to avoid. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon. We'll cool off to the mid-50s overnight tonight. It's 90 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Jenny LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Westera Credit.
I got an answer anyway on that. I did get an answer.
The future as they are.
10 seconds. Granite Liquidators Fuller.
Underwriter, talk to Westera. They're like a $1.8 billion startup, and you can help build it. Go to WesteraDU.com.
If you're looking for granite or marble or quartz or anything else that comes in a slab, Granite Liquidators is the place to go, and you get wholesale prices. That's right. Even as a member of the public, common consumers get wholesale pricing. Here's the great news about that. You can go up to 5075 Tabor Street in Wheat Ridge. You'll find it on the website. And you can walk the yard when you find what you want based on the whole slab, not tiny little samples. They'll put your name on it and save it there for you. So you buy your stone first, decorate around it. GraniteLiquidators.com. Then when your contractor comes, picks it up, everything else is ready. So everything you need to get started is at GraniteLiquidators.com. And wholesale prices to you. 303-835-9745, GraniteLiquidators.com. You know, the biggest problem we have with personal injury lawsuits is that people make mistakes. Sometimes they wait too long, or sometimes they go off on wrong information, or sometimes they think they have more coming than they really do, and they waste a lot of time and energy. I say this. If you've been injured in any kind of an auto or traffic accident, even if you're a pedestrian, motorcycle, big rig, whatever, if you're hurt, call John Fuller for free legal advice. He's an attorney dedicated to helping you, and as part of Referralist.com, he'll answer your questions free of charge. And if you decide to hire him, there's no obligation. You never pay out of pocket. He only takes a portion of what he collects for you. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
This is Tom. Real quick, what's the question for Brad O'Brien? I got it on line 6.
Foreign Lexus dealer.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They're joint tenants, friends who bought hunting property, and the other one wants to is selling his part without even talking to him. But they're joint tenants. They both own the whole thing, so I don't know how he can do that.
Good news is you can fix up your home.
I want to know how to stop it if they both own it as joint tenants.
There is this perfect storm that's happened to your equity right now. Homes have gone up everywhere. So you've got equity to put to work. When you couple that with...
So Bitcoin, 32,696, 32,488, going down.
Now's a great time to tap your equity.
This is like spot pricing right here. So this is like this was in 90,
Pay off high interest debt.
So imagine...
in the last 9.91
Getting
seconds.
rid of credit card debt and paying your house off more quickly.
For the time I did it.
Real possibility right now with the
And by the way, they have all kinds of stuff here to do.
First, they listen.
This dog coin? What is this dog shit coin?
That's when that Musk.
Did he do it?
I don't think it's his, but he made some comment about it and shot up, and now it's just been. And
He said it was a scam.
Yeah, on SNL, he called it a scam. And so then they just went.
Says what do you think about crypto? He says it's a scam.
Right. They actually called that one out. That dog shit or whatever. So.
And how it flagged an unusual number of seemingly random
So that killed that next one right away.
To warn local police, but was ignored.
I think the Gary Police Department should be looking at some of those old cases. They still may have a killer out there.
Listen to
I thought it was doggy coin. It's not. It's Doge.
Doge.
With all the recent huge changes in our economy,
I just
this
called
is a
dog
really
too.
important time to pay attention to your spending and your savings.
Oh, it's worth fucking nothing right now. What is it? It's not even worth $1.
Yeah, it's 32 cents or something. 20.
Is that because of what he did?
He was in the 50s and I went to the 30s when he said that.
Hey, this Jeff guy, he used to be on solar and stuff. He said, you know, because of that fire on that one, he can claim a new system. Okay. Because it's new set with the credit, with the tax credit.
Because of the fire?
Because it's a new system. He's getting a new system on it.
So, okay, so can I get a new system on 5 houses, I wonder?
He says you can get a new and a primary. If you have a primary house and secondary, you can get it. Right. So, but he's also said check with the IRS. Of course. But he definitely said, Mark, that you can, or you read that you cannot sell your tax credit.
Okay.
No. I'm asking you. Did you see that?
No, I haven't found anything you said you can yet.
Okay. Well, I thought you said that solar.
Somebody from my office should say you can sell tax credits, but you cannot sell solar tax credits. That's what she said.
So, I gotcha. Did she find it?
She didn't send me anything to prove it.
There's shit on the streets.
And I know there's different years as far as these tax credits. It's all, yeah. Okay, thanks.
Tuition with Michael Brown. Hey everybody, Michael Brown here. So I'm on vacation this week, but filling in for me, and I don't know if he's doing a good job or not, is John Caldera. Enjoy, John.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So let's go right to Bradley O'Brien, real estate attorney, who we use as our expert. O'Brien Legal Services. And Brad, when people own things as joint tenants, that's what Brian and his buddy own. They own 20 acres. They're joint tenants. Now, here's what's weird. It's vacant land, 20 acres, joint tenants, no partnership agreement. Brian just heard that his buddy is selling his share of the land. Now, Brian, how did you hear this?
I had a title company call me.
And what did they want to know?
They wanted some information from me, and I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. I had no idea. I'm against you selling half of it, and I don't know nothing about it. That's what I told him.
Well, according to what I'm reading, he can't sell half because he doesn't own half. He owns all of it, and you own all of it. It's undivided. Brad O'Brien, can you shed light on this?
Sure, Tom. A joint tenant can sell their part of the property. The buyer will just step into the shoes of the current owner and will be Brian's new co-owner. Simple as that.
But he's stepping into an undivided interest, right?
That's right. The new owner will be a tenant in common, not a joint tenant any longer.
Oh, does it convert?
Yes. If there's a joint tenancy with right of survivorship, if one of the co-owners sells their part, the new owner is now a tenant in common with everybody else.
Oh, so then it does become 50-50.
Well, no, it would be the same percentage as before.
Right.
Whatever that was.
Well, if there was no percentage delineated before, what would the percentage be?
Well, Colorado law is if there's no percentage stated, it's 50-50.
Okay.
Between two owners.
See, Brad, this is why you stress, if you're buying a property with someone, you should have a partnership agreement, right?
Yeah, a joint tenants agreement in writing could have prevented one party from selling, or maybe even given Brian an opportunity for a first right of refusal to buy.
Exactly. Exactly. So, Brian, why do you think he's selling? Do you think he's selling to hurt you? Why wouldn't he offer it to you first?
Because we had a big falling out, and it's a long story. But yeah, we no longer got along for the last 4 years. So now I heard he's declaring bankruptcy, so he's selling his half off to somebody else that he knows. Kind of one of the guys that caused the problem in the first place.
Well, guess what? That's going to be another nightmare. That's going to be another nightmare.
Yeah, it is exactly what it is. But I got another question. Okay, so if that's true, then so that guy's the new half owner. If he builds a cabin on there, which I heard he's going to do I own half of that cabin, even though I'm not?
Brad, can this guy go ahead and build on half of it? And which half?
Well, it's a logistical problem. You're going to have to get some approvals from the county, and that might take all the owners to sign off on that. But in general, all co-owners have an equal right of possession of the property and cannot exclude each other. So, in general, yeah, he does have the right to use it and build on it. It might be just a logistical question.
Brian,
if he builds a cabin on there, can I use the cabin just like it's mine, because it's basically half mine then, right? I have half interest in that cabin even if I don't pay half, right?
Theoretically, you could, yeah, because you have an equal right of possession.
Wait, what if he claims he built it on his half since it went to joint tenants? Tenants in common.
Well, the half is a percentage of the whole, not a line down the middle.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so therefore,
the cabin will raise the taxes. What happens if the taxes are raised? Am I responsible for half, even though he's the one that raised the taxes through the roof?
Yes.
The new cabin. Am I still responsible for half the taxes, or does he have to pay that extra amount?
Well, actually, all co-owners are always responsible for the whole thing, jointly and severally.
See, Brian, this is your fault for not having an agreement.
I know it.
Now listen,
I know it, Tom. I know exactly.
Now listen here. However, here's what I think: the new owner, I believe, will there be any participation needed from Brian at all from a title company? Will they want him to sign off on this, or can they do this whole thing without him?
They could do it without Brian's participation if they're just trying to sell what his co-owner owns and nothing more.
Okay, now, here's what I think. Brian, he's got a number of problems. First of all, if he's going bankrupt, he better wait 5 years to do it, because if he thinks he's taking the money and spending it, the trustee is going to go back 5 years. The trustee is going to want to know if he sold that property where the money went, even if he doesn't file for the next year or so. I mean, a good trustee will go back 5 years. They have a certain amount of time to go back federally and state-wise. And they go back the longest possible look back, and I think the longest look back is 4 years, I think. Now listen, Brian, that's one problem. When you drop a dime to the trustee, that could be clawed back. The next thing is, why don't you just ask the new owner, say, look, why would you want to own right off the bat with a conflict where anything you do is half mine? Why don't we get a partnership agreement together? Or why don't you buy, Brian?
That's my next move.
Or and do it in a nice way. I mean, this guy's probably not trying to put the screws to you. Or ask him if he would like to buy you out. Do you know how much he's selling it for?
I have no idea. No, I have no idea.
Well, you know what? You ought to find out. Are you willing to sell? What did you guys buy it for?
Well, I actually see this is the bad thing about it, Tom. Is I found the whole thing. I did all the research.
But Brian, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What did you buy it for?
$10,000.
Okay.
Heck of a deal.
You're going to need to figure out something amicable, or it's going to be a nightmare. And this is why I always tell you to call O'Brien Legal Services if you're going to buy anything to get an agreement. He's at 720-370-7388.
Yeah, that one could be a real mess. Oh, man. That'd be a good place. Taxes, cabin. Yeah, bankruptcy.
Sponsored by Colorado Department of Transportation.
From the Bed Sports Traffic Center, overall pretty quiet on your drive around town right now, but there is heavy volume flowing on eastbound and westbound 270 through Commerce City, and the FedEx semi got tangled up with a stalled UPS semi on the off-ramp from westbound I-70 to Quebec. Northbound Quebec completely blocked at I-70, and you can only go southbound on Quebec from I-70, so that's a good spot to avoid. Off freeway, a rollover accident at Colfax and Calumet is in the late stages of cleanup. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, cooling off to the mid-50s overnight tonight. It's 91 right now.
Hey, we did have a question online, and Mark sent in your circumference radius for doing solar.
Everybody has a reason to
Wants you to put it out there.
Okay.
You know,
All right. Got it.
your dog. Whatever your reason is, remember, wearing a seatbelt is the best way to protect yourself in a crash. Visit feltless.codot.gov to find your reason to buckle up.
I want to tell you about People of Action and Compassion. I'm a patient, ColoradoPainCare.com. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Not only am I going to Colorado Pain Care, they gave me immediate relief with some pain I was having in my lower back. Now, they deal with all pain. They take all major insurance. So no matter who you're working with on anything else, they will work with your pain. They gave me immediate relief and helped me with some physical therapy, and now a more permanent solution is coming, and I'm a true believer in what they do. They're dedicated for you getting your life back. ColoradoPainCare.com. The number's easy to remember. 303-GOT-PAIN. Now, I'm going to give you another number, but I hope you never need it, and it's Joe Lazzara. He's a criminal defense attorney. And the reason I say that is because I don't want to see you in trouble. I mean, you know, if you're out doing a cookout or something, a ball game, and you're drinking, you get pulled over. Are you guilty? Are you not? Did you make a mistake? Did you do something stupid? DUIs are not fun. Okay? Also, other traffic problems or other crime. If you're in trouble, though, there's one thing for sure. You can't do it alone. And don't go shopping when you're under pressure. I've done the shopping for you. Joe Lazzara. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
Are you curious when you should take Social Security? This is Kurt Cambier. Visit my website now for your free Social Security analysis at KurtCambier.com. That's Kurt with a K. CAMBIER.com. Kurt with a K. Cambier.com. Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., a broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC, investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
When selling your home, you want to be certain that you will put the most money in your pocket. Hi, Marty Lenz here.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Listen to this.
Williams Realty DTC knows that every situation is different for each individual homeowner. With just one call, you'll learn how the Ripple Group can help you maximize the sale of your home. You've heard me talk about the zero commission program where the buyer pays all of the commissions, saving you as the seller thousands of dollars. You've also heard me talk about their 24-hour
That's just like the buyer just paying more money.
And
Right. I mean, that's just a bid. I mean, that's
100%.
I mean, call it what you want. They're not paying your commission. They're paying more money for the house.
Top dollar every single day, and they will help you find the best program that works for you. Call the Ripple Group today at 855-407-SOLD.
Oh gosh, I'm a seller. I'm not going to have to pay any commissions.
That's 855-407-SOLD. Visit online at GAYE-HasTheBuyers.com. GayHasTheBuyers.com.
I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a quick tip from H2O Wireless on stretching your budget and saving money every month.
Start with your recurring monthly bills, and here's the easiest one, your cell phone bill. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge premium rates for unlimited
It's
data.
just
When in all
ridiculous when I heard
actuality, you have no
that.
need
You know,
for that
although,
data.
you know, it
Digital
sounds cool.
wireless,
Wait a
on the other hand,
minute.
is on
They
the
make the
exact
buyers
same
pay the
network
commission.
as none of
You
the
could advertise that right now. All they're doing is paying that much more for the house, which, by the way, they do in the first bid around anyway.
sacrifice coverage.
People are paying more for the house.
Unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 per month. Switching is as easy as swapping out your SIM card. You can keep your phone and your phone number. Here's how to get the best deal. This month, dial pound 250 and say keyword get H2O. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Dial pound 250 and say get H2O for this exclusive offer and start saving today.
Can it really be a normal summer coming our way? Maybe it's finally time to fix up your home with windows, siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for, as it has for 65 years. Yes, K&H has withstood the test of time. They did work on my first Colorado home 40 years ago. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I know the great value and service K&H provides. The best products, master certified installers, and reliable owners with warranties you can trust. K&H Home Solutions, a company to feel good about, knowing they'll be here for you today and tomorrow and many tomorrows to come. They'll always save you at least 25% off your home project. Book your own appointment now at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
For windows, siding, doors, and more, K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
When it comes to retirement, success is built upon solid financial planning. I'm Scott Hansen, and there are clear advantages to partnering with Allwork. First, we are a fiduciary, which means our advice is always in your best interest.
This is funny to watch this
dedicated
coin. I didn't realize the dog coin, or whatever the hell you call it, was so low in value compared to, because it was up to the 50-cent range.
Schedule a free consultation with allworkfinancial.com.
I don't know if it's ever been over $1.
Denver's talk station.
And
online.
man, Bitcoin went crazy. That seems to be the main one, right?
Yeah, that is. I think they were the first ones.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Don't forget GenesisSolarCO.com. GenesisSolarCO.com, 20-minute site evaluations. They don't even have to go there, and they're free. And they can tell you pretty much what you can expect from a solar system. It comes from the people that brought you Genesis Exteriors, Genesis Total Exteriors. I've known them for years. And by the way, if you're looking for a job, we're doing a job fair later this week, probably Thursday. We want to ask people who need help. Do you guys need help? Yeah, I need help. Okay, you need help? What kind of help do you need?
I mean, we need sales.
Okay.
Sales for sure.
Okay, well, listen. Panacea Life Sciences. This is kind of fun. Good hourly rates. You can have part-time, full-time, flexible rates to man kiosks for CBD. So, you know, Panacea Life Sciences, I say realcbdthatworks.com. They have really high-quality CBD and CBG products. But think how much fun. If you're retired, maybe you want part-time. They're hiring on the DIA concourses, C and B. Also, Park Meadows and Cherry Creek Mall. Now, I'm not sure. I imagine 18 and older, although it doesn't say, but especially retirees. And it's a great hourly rate. Call them for information, okay? And it's realcbdthatworks.com, and that's actually where you apply. You can email. Why don't you email here? humanresources@panacealife.com. So that's really your first test. You have to spell resources and panacea. So that's the email address. humanresources@panacealife.com. Anyway, I'm Tom Martino. Now, Joe, I can bring you up tomorrow if you need it. It's really important. But Joe Lazara can answer questions free of charge too, okay? All right?
You know what? I'll call you back, bud.
All right. Well, we'll call you back if you want.
We need to know what to do.
We'll call you back if you want. Get his number, and we'll call him back tomorrow. Kayla, the same thing for you. We can call you back. Remember, folks, save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Michael Brown is next on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Grainberry, Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals with amazing Onyx sorghum. Along with my 95-year-old father, Bob, we got into the healthy food business decades ago to truly make a difference, to bring the absolute healthiest cereal into your home without losing a drop of flavor. Grainberry.
Consider seriously, and I'll write it in everything like an interview style. Let's consider, if you want, an advertorial to see what that does with some kind of some kind of little kicker or something. I really think that solar, I can't believe we didn't do solar. Solar is really a big deal. In fact, what I would do is put that on the, I will even put on the front, I'll commit to you some little headline about the best solar deal anywhere. And then we write about the